Welcome to this live stream here between the Springboks and the Wallabies today. And I'm proud to say that this is my very first Springboks versus Australia game on YouTube. So it's quite a big occasion for me, and really looking forward to doing this game for you guys. And I've started about a half an hour before the game actually starts. Want to go through a couple of things. Um, Back here in South Africa, the mood are quite confident. I'm a little bit worried that it might be a little bit overconfident at this stage for a lot of Springbok supporters, but I mean, it can go either way on the end of the day. Quickly going through some comments. Berenice Vessel says, go Bokke. David Kunze says, Bokke 44, Kiwis 10. And then Wedge Tiger, what's up, Guru? Long time. How are you doing? Doing very well, thank you, Wedge Tiger. And then Kevin Lynn, I sincerely hope that the Bokke don't underestimate the Wallabies today. And going by the attitude of the Springbok fans somewhat, Kevin, I've noticed that we are a little bit overconfident at this stage. And my thing is also, I don't want the Springboks to be overconfident leading up to this game. And I went and did some research on this game as well, looking back at the averages away from home, or especially here in Australia. South Africa has played 39 times previously against Australia in Australia, with Australia winning 25 of those games. South Africa managing to win 12, 2 games drawn. Australia's average points are 842 to the Springboks 642. And to just put that into perspective, it is around about a 21 points to 16 advantage that the Wallabies carry into this game away from home. So a 5-point game it is. I did say, and I'm sticking to what I've said, I think the Springboks will lose this game by 5 points today. But in my heart, I'm a true Boks supporter, and I want the Springboks to win. So I am backing the Springboks to win it. But just logically, thinking with the brain, I think South Africa might just narrowly lose this game today. I mean, 21 points to 16 isn't a bad loss, but what it will do is bring back the team back down to earth after having a really good series win against the Lions, winning that World Cup. It's now back to real test match rugby. It's now Wallabies, All Blacks, and that's the ones that really matter at this stage. So if we can pull off a victory, great. If we do not win today, great as well. It will really put the game into perspective, and we will grind harder to be prepared for the All Blacks in a couple of weeks' time. So I'm definitely not backing down from a Springbok win today. But if you look at the last couple of results in Australia, the last time we played in Australia was Suncorp Stadium, where the Wallabies won by 23 points to 18, that 5-point deficit. And then also the NIB Stadium in Perth, in 2017, where we drew 23 all. And in the previous couple of results at the Suncorp Stadium, the Wallabies also winning 23 points to 17, 6-point margin. Then we also lost to them at the Suncorp as well, 24-20, a 4-point deficit. And then also in Patterson Stadium in Perth in 2014, 24-23. And then the last time we've been able to win in Australia was way back in 2013, where we beat them 38-12 at the Suncorp Stadium. So definitely not going to be a walkover in any way possible today. I mean, like I said, I'm a big Boks supporter, and I would love for them to win it, but I'm also being realistic today. Pete Pompey says, hi, Guru, hope you're not feeling too bad after yesterday. We're all Bokke today. Go Bokke. Yeah, no, look, it was a hard pill to swallow yesterday, losing to the Bulls by 44 points to 10. But, I mean, today is international rugby, Pete. So we're looking past that now. We move on, and we're going to try and celebrate a Springbok victory here today. But it's definitely going to be a very, very tough one. Lawrence Rieder says, hi, Guru, Boks to win by 4. And then also, 31 to 27. So you just got it turned around. So on average, the Wallabies normally win in Australia by 5 points, Lawrence. But, I mean, history is nothing when it all comes down to today. I don't think this Wallaby side is as bad as everybody makes them to be. And let's go quickly through the team lineup to just give you guys a perspective of what is about to happen in this game. So the backline for the Wallabies today: Tom Banks, Andrew Callaway, Len Ikitoa, Samu Karevi, Marika Korabeti, Quade Cooper, and Tate McDermott. So Tom Banks has been very consistent for the Wallabies over the last couple of tests. He's a quality player and very sound under the high ball, really good defensive player as well, and can attack when given the opportunity to do so. Andrew Callaway, obviously, he's been really exceptional coming into this Wallabies side, and probably one of their standout players so far for me personally is Andrew Callaway. Didn't have the greatest of Super Rugby Charles Tasman earlier, but he's really stepped up a notch. And then Len Ikitoa, for me, could possibly be the weak link in this Australian backline today. I don't think he has proven himself at the international level just yet. So it's going to be a massive task ahead of him against the likes of Damien Dialendi and Lukanya today. But then you've got Samu Karevi on his inside, which is going to bring that experience and calmness to him. And we all know how devastating Samu Karevi can be, exceptional at the World Cup in 2019, and really one of those world-class players that you want in your side. And then Marika Korabeti, there's not too much more to say about him. He's an exceptional player himself, and given the opportunity today, he could cause havoc for the Springboks. And then Quade Cooper comes back after, I don't know how many days last since he played for Australia, but this guy brings that experience and an X factor that Noah Lalasia probably couldn't have given Australia at this given time. But definitely looking forward to Quade Cooper guiding Tate McDermott, who's an exceptional little scrum half, basically climbing the ranks in that sense that he could potentially become one of the greats of Australian rugby in the same names of George Gregan maybe. But still a lot of work to be done by him. I think the experience of Quade Cooper will help Tate McDermott today. Really hoping for an incredible game between these two sides. In any case, looking at the forwards: Rob Valentini, Michael Hooper, Lakeland Swinton, Matt Phillip, Isaac Rodder, Alan Alatoa, Falau Feinga, and Angus Bell. Rob Valentini, you can expect him to really grind things up, and especially have that channel in the back line where from the line out they will probably try and get him to get front foot ball for them like they have used throughout this season already. And Michael Hooper, Captain Fantastic, is just in a league of his own when it comes to Australian rugby players at the moment. He's going to be that guy that's going to really have to lead this Wallaby side to victory if they want to win this game. And who better than Michael Hooper to do it? Lakeland Swinton will bring that bit of bulk to the pack of the Wallabies. He's a good ball carrier and a really good defender. So definitely expecting him to bash it up like Rob Valentini. He's maybe not as mobile as Rob Valentini or Michael Hooper, but he will surely be quite a really good ball carrier today for the Aussies. Matt Phillip and Isaac Rodder. Isaac Rodder is in great form. Matt Phillip as well. Expect him to really try and grind things out at the lineouts. I don't think that they will match the lineout specialities of the South Africans in Noordioch and Ebenezer, but they're definitely formidable in their own way. And then Alan Alatoa, I would say I would have probably started Tanila Tupou, grind it out, but I know what they're trying to do. So bringing on Tupou in that second half to really grind things out as well. But Alan Alatoa himself, very experienced and a very formidable player. And then Falau Feinga, we know how dangerous he can be from driving mauls. We saw it with the Brumbies, where he was one of the leading try scorers in Super Rugby a couple of seasons ago. So if they can get that maul going today, Falau Feinga is going to be really in a good position to score a couple of tries if possible. And then what more can I say about Angus Bell? One of my favorite players at the moment. For me, it reminds me a lot of Matt Dunning. Not a couple, but plenty of years ago. Matt Dunning was the same sort of player for the Wallabies. And I think Angus Bell brings that little bit of mobility to this Australian side. And imagine having Tanila Tupou and Angus Bell in that formidable combination of prop forwards along with Falau Fainga. It could be quite a formidable one in the future. So enough said about the Wallabies. Let's quickly go through a few comments before we get to the Springbok lineup. Let's see. Some says, I think that if Jake White wins United Rugby Championship, Argentina or Ireland might consider him. And that could be a big possibility. I said it before. Jake White does not tend to last long at a club. I think being at the Bulls have been probably one of his longest stints. But obviously, when you get an international call-up to coach an international team, you will take that with both arms. And I think he would definitely do that. Lawrence Reda says Australia is good. And then Gogo Katensu Cooper. And Cooper is the soccer player. Masal Bason says, morning, Guru. Boks will take it today, I'm sure. Estimated score 32-13, Boks advantage. Let's go, Bokker. And then Sim Slayer says, Boks 26-14. Ralph S says, narrow 21-19 win, go Boks. The scientist says 22-20 Springboks. And then Boks 26-21, Johan Strauss. 11J said 24-16 to the Boks. And then A1, Guru, go Bokker. Bart TV says, how's it, Guru? Bokker by 12. And then A1, 28-18, go Boks. We're on a roll. So plenty of confidence from the people around. For those of you who've just joined in, I did go through a little bit of statistics. South Africa's lost the last 5 matches played in Australia. They've lost 4 and draw 1. So a big task ahead of the Springboks if they are to beat the Wallabies here today. And on average, they've played, I think it's 39 tests in Australia, and the Wallabies winning on average 21 points to 16. So it's going to be a really tough one for the Boks today. Johan Duplessis says, hello, Bokker. Let's go and have a look at our Springbok side for today's game. Billy Leroux, Sabu Nkosi, Lukanya Damian Dialendi, Makazolo Mapimpi, Andre Pollard, and Faf de Klerk. Now, this is a World Cup winning combination, really. Not more you can say about them. Billy Leroux brings that experience. What I'm worried about, if he's having an off day, he has an off day. And we don't want him to have that today. So hopefully he'll keep calm and really guide the Springbok side. So no Cheslin Colby today for the Springboks. Sabu Nkosi comes in. And what we lose in agility, we gain in brutal force. So Sabu Nkosi is a very strong runner, and expect him to really grind things out against Marika Korapeti even. And what he does bring is that mental strength and that physical strength to really go over the advantage line. And he can step as well, and he's got plenty of pace as well. So we don't lose too much in Cheslin Colby, although there's no replacement for him at this stage. Lukanya Damian Dialendi, probably or arguably the best centre combination in world rugby currently. And I know a lot of people will argue, especially from the New Zealand side, that Anton Leonard-Brown and David Avili is turning into that same sort of formidable combination. But at this stage, I think Lukanya and Damian Dialendi, along with the combination of Makazola Mapimpi and Lukanya who has played together now and has worked so well together for the Boks over the course of the last season or two. Expect fireworks in this backline from South Africa if they are going to play that type of game plan. I mean, a lot of people are expecting the Boks to go with the box kicks, chip and chase. I don't know. We could end up having a argy-bargy kicking seesaw battle between the two sides. But I really hope that the likes of Sabu Nkosi and Makazolo Mapimpi get the opportunity to really run with this ball. Andre Pollard will have to dictate at fly-off against Quade Cooper. He's up against a quality fly-half, and he will definitely try and grind Andre Pollard to the last minute. So hopefully Andre Pollard's mindset will be ready for this one. And Faf de Klerk will, just as always, he's back from injury. How sharp he will be is another question. We've seen Herschel Yankees also coming back, also back from injuries. So there might be that little bit of argument that the Nines are not in the top form that they need to be. But I mean, it's Faf de Klerk, world-class player and among the best at the moment between Aaron Smith and also the French guy Anton Dupont. So really looking forward to this, what this backline can offer us. Looking at the forwards, Duane Vermeulen back from injury, Franco Mostert, Siya Kolisi, Lothar Jager, Eben Etzebeth, Frans Malherbe, Bongi Bunambi, and Steven Kitshoff. So Duane is back from injury, should be fresh and ready to go. We know the experience that this guy brings to the side. Absolutely a beast of a player, and we could argue probably one of our best number 8s we have seen in South Africa for a very long time. Franco Mostert playing at the number 7 today. I had my doubts about him playing at 7, but he's just one of those workhorses that goes in from the first minute to up until the minute that he gets replaced. He gives 110%, and expecting him to really try and grind it out against the likes of Michael Hooper and Lakeland Swinton today. Siya Kolisi has silenced his critics a little bit, playing some really decent rugby over the course of the Lions series, and really looking forward to see if he can build on that momentum and really play towards the type of rugby that he did in, I think it was 2018, when he really had a very exceptional season. It might have been 2017 as well. But there was a year when Siya was on great top form, and I would love to see him back. I mean, statistics don't lie, and he's right up there. The first guy joining in at the ruck, always there for the support play. So he just needs to lead. And with Duane Vermeulen there, things can only get better. Lothar Jager and Eben Etzebeth, a very formidable combination at this stage. Eben has proven himself as one of the best in the world. Lothar Jager is getting there. And when you look at the front row, Frans Malherbe, Bongi Bunambi, and Steven Kitshoff, I still debate that Steven Kitshoff is the best lucid prop in world rugby currently. Bongi Bunambi has really stepped up to the plate, keeping the likes of Malcolm Marx out of the starting lineup. So if Bongi goes off and Malcolm comes on, you lose nothing. And it goes around the same way when Bongi have to replace Malcolm. You don't lose anything in physicality or grunt. So Frans Malherbe has been a strong scrummager. I do want to see him just pick up his game a little bit more, but scrum-wise, he's absolutely a monster. So looking forward to that. And before we get to the benches of the two sides, let's have a look at a few more comments from you guys. Let's have a look. Where did I leave it off? So Back TV said Guru by Bokke by 12. A1 said 28-18 to the Boks. We're on a roll. Then Johan du Plessis says, hey Guru, die Bokke sal vat met 12 punte. Carol says, let's go Bokke, we got this. Kevin Lind says, Guru, will the new rules favor the Wallabies? Well, definitely. That is something that needs to be taken into perspective as well, Kevin, because if you look at how things go, they are experts at the 22, what is it called? 2250 rule. Not 100% sure what the rule is called, but it is an Aussie rule basically, and it will favor them slightly because they have been trying it out at Super Rugby AU. So that's maybe one area where it will help them quite a lot. And then also Ravonigo says the main event. Then Lawrence Reda said, I just feel our defense is better. Although Australia is good on attack, their defense was not good against the New Zealand. And then Australia are not in good form, so I'm sure SA will win. Simsley is Ergis Snyman and Peter Steptoe playing today. So no, they're not. Both are out injured at the moment, some Slayers. So hopefully we'll see them back real soon. Piet Pompey says, welcome back, Thor. Paul Oosthuizen with Morne Steyn. Piet Pompey's Simno still injured. And then Achilles have joined us in as well, saying Bokke defense is 100% compared to Wallabies 40 defense. We have a 75 attacking and Wallabies 55% attacking. According to me, LOL Boks attack 75% since we defend more. So one thing that I need you guys to understand here is watching the game of the All Blacks this morning, their defense were absolutely mean, not giving away a single point against Argentina. And Australia actually managed to get a couple of tries in. So at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how strong your defense is. It all comes down to the game and to the day. And given that Australia has given away so many intercept tries over the course of the year. I don't think they will be doing that again today. So I'm expecting a lot closer game than some expect it to be. Banele Frank says Boks 34, Australia 19. Russi called Bulls, Mornay and Krolo, but don't use them. So I guess Mornay Steyn probably second choice ahead of Elton Yankees at a slight stage, I would say, Achilles, but definitely not better than Andre Pollard at this stage. And then Grobler, you can argue, is still a youngster developing. Johan Engelbrecht says, go Bokke, julle kan hulle wys daai Aussies. Achilles says, Boks 38-45, Wallabies 18-25. So he's expecting the Boks to have most points 45, least points 38, Wallabies least 18 to the 25, they being their most. Wedge Tiger says that discipline should be on point. Achilles asked what new rule exactly. So it's the 22-50 rule where you can kick from from inside your own half, and if it goes out inside the 22 of the opposition, you actually get the line-out throw. And that is something that the Australians have been getting used to the last couple of seasons or so. Barry says, hi, please, where you been? Anyone asking about you? New Zealand, Australian going, we're missing you. Jokes, people were saying, no, please, no jokes today. And then Banele says, Australia can't stand a Boks, I'm telling you. Albert says, Boks by Mark scoring a rolling maul try. And then Checo says, Boks to win by 3 points. Jordan Whale is joining as well. How's it going, Jordan? Pete Pompey says, dominate at scrum time, get the penalties, get a decent lead, and unleash the back line. Go, Bokke. Then Gert Knutsen says, hello, Guru from Vietnam. See, Achilles is awake. Finally, he's got out of his bubbelas, Gert. So, massive win for the Bulls last night. And I think he had a little bit too much to drink last night. I think Achilles can maybe tell us. Mr. Chef says, Boks 49, Wallabies 16. That's a massive score. And then Jordan Well asking, who do you think is going to win? So I'm going to be very controversial today, Jordan, and say the Wallabies by 5 today. But in my heart, I do support the Boks. So either way, I want the Boks to win, but it's going to be as close as hell today. Even if we do lose, it won't be the end of the world for me personally. Right. Looking at some more comments then. Oh, yeah. Achilles says, haha, Guru selling me out. So that's basically all the comments for now. Let's quickly go and have a look at the benches for this game. So for Australia, we've got Kaitu, James Slipper, Tanila Tupou, Rob Leota, Pete Samu, Nick White, Reece Hodge, and Jordan Patea. Now, from this bench, I can see trouble coming in the form of Tanila Tupou, Pete Samu, and Jordan Patea. Those are their trump cards for today's game. Given the opportunity, Jordan Patea can really rip apart any defensive line, no matter how strong your defense is. And Pete Samu around the fringes, Franco Mostert will have to know his story when it comes to that. Even Kwagga Smith will have to know his story when Pete Samu do come onto the field. We saw him really grind the All Blacks at times last week as well. And then Tanila Tupou, the other Thor of rugby. So we'll see who's got the mightiest hammer today between Tanila Tupou and Dwayne Vermeulen. But a formidable bench for the Australians today, especially the experience of Nick White could also come into play a lot later as well. And obviously James Slipper being a vital cock in that scrum for the Wallabies as well. Looking at the Springbok bench, Malcolm Marx, Oxenashire, Vincent Koch, Marco van Staden, Kwagga Smith, Jasper Wiese, Herschel Jantjies and Damien Willemse. It's the bomb squad 6-2 split with expecting Malcolm Marx to make a big difference with Vincent Koch and Ox just stabilizing that scrum in the second half. Marco van Staden, Kwagga Smith and Jasper Wiese. There's a reason why we've got van Staden and Smith there, so that if Michael Hooper gets rampant with those breakdowns, we will be able to bring on 2 ball fetchers into the same side in van Staden and Smith, with Jasper Wiese just taking over from Dwayne if he can't last the full 80 and bringing absolutely, well, not depleting the Springboks in any way possible when he does come on. And Herschel Jantjies and Damien Willemse, I would prefer Willemse coming on at fullback at some stage rather not keep him, bringing him on at that number 10 jersey. Could even come on as a centre replacement. Urshel Yankees, I think, could have another big game as well. He's got a lot to prove. He hasn't been in the greatest form, but he gets the opportunity where it all started for him against Australia again today. Some more comments here from the people. Achilles says, Barry, I guess I have that effect at times. And Simslayer says, this new rule is nonsense, which I agree completely with you guys. Jordan Wells says, I agree with you, Rugby Guru. Barry says, how do you sure I live in chat? Right. Makur says, Australia 18, South Africa 12. And then Achilles says, sorry, Gad, I really don't know the game was on. I didn't even know the Bokke was playing now. If it wasn't for the late notification I get from YouTube, I almost missed that one. Shame on you, Achilles. That is really poor. I'm starting to second guess you as my moderator. No, just joking, man. How can you miss the Springbok game? Albert Trutter says, big ask for Quade Cooper to fill number 10 at test level after being out for so long. Boks should target him. So my personal opinion on this one, Albert, is I think that experience of Quade Cooper is just next to nothing, and he'll slot in quite easily into that position of filling the 10. I think Noah Lelesia would have been in a little bit of trouble today, given that our defense are so solid, and they really need something to spark magic. And I think Quade Cooper might just be that one that will make it into the X Factor move. So Carol K. Leeson, what happened to Sia Khaleesi? I'm not aware that anything has happened to him at all. He will be starting this game as far as I know. I will keep you guys up to date as soon as I get some more news. But as far as I know, he will be playing today. Please excuse me today, I'm a bit geklopt. Can you explain the new rule again? I forgot. So the thing with the 50 or the 22-50 rule is that if you kick it from your own half and you kick it out indirectly, not directly, but indirectly into touch, inside the 22 of the opposition, you actually get the throw into the lineup. And that will make it very interesting. So say Quade Cooper kicks the ball from his 10-meter line and the ball rolls into touch over the 22, Australia will be getting the lineup feed. And they have been using it in Super Rugby AU for a while, I think it is. Then Berenice says, of course, the Boks will win. We are world champions. And then Barry asking, how you feel Guru Willemse being assistant in kicking for goal? Well, Willemse, I don't know, he's not a terrible goal kicker, but I mean, I would prefer Andre Pollard not to go off the field at a given time. And I mean, Willemse is still growing as a player. So anything but fly off, then I'm happy with Willemse. So slot in at 12, slot in at 13, or slot in at fullback, or even wing, and you'll do your place justice. Vanilla says, rules or no rules, we will trash the Spur Wallabies. So going by that, I also got a poll up, guys, at the moment. So we've had around 260 votes already. I ask, how will this game play out? Boks to win narrowly, 44% says that. 46% says the Boks will trash the Wallabies. 9% says Wallabies will win narrowly. And then 2% says the Wallabies will trash the Boks. So do go, make sure to go and vote on the poll as well. It should be quite interesting. Tina Skipper says, go Bokke, elbow cough. Then Simslayer Crew, don't you want to be a referee for rugby games? Nah, not really. I'm too old and too unfit for it, man. Daniel John Springfield says, thanks for bringing this. Much appreciate. Boks to win by 3. No problem, Daniel. Then Canela says, where can I watch the actual game? So you'll have to have Stan Sport, Sky Sport, Super Sport, or Rugby Pass subscription if you want to watch it live today. Then Roanel says Boks will win. Lawrence Reda says agree, Achilles. And then, Achilles says it's a crap rule for me. Then Carol K says, oh, sorry, I must have missed him while checking the lineup. So we will go through the lineup real quickly again. He is definitely starting as captain today. Gert says, I agree that there are so many new rules you can't keep track. And Chris Stratham says, may the best team win. Achilles says Guru isn't allowed to go to rugby games because he steals his show, and the other commentators isn't even needed there. Guru is the best commentator. He gets paid $100K for a season. I wish, Achilles. I really wish. I really, really, really wish. Right, so Makur says, I know South Africa's strong team enough, but today Australia will smash them for sure. Oh, that's a big call. And then Kumzi says, I can't pronounce that, but coming down to the Boks will win. And then Blackbird says, thanks for the live commentary, listening from Iraq. So no problem, Blackbird. So let's go through the team lineups one more time, as the players should be able to run onto the field real soon. So let's have a look at the Australian team quickly. Tom Banks, Andrew Callaway, Lenny Kitoa, Samu Karevi, Marika Korobetti, Quade Cooper, and Tate McDermott. So I'm going to be kind of saying that today's standout players for me, I think that will make a massive impact for the Wallabies, should be Samu Karevi, Marika Korobetti, Quade Cooper, and Tate McDermott. Nothing against Tom Banks, Andrew Callaway, and Ikitoa. The weakling for me in the back line, Lenny Kitoa. I don't think he's got enough experience, but let's see how this one plays out. For the forwards, Rob Valentini, Michael Hooper, Lakeland Swinton, Matt Phillip, Isaac Rodder, Alan Alatoa, Falau Finger, and Angus Bell. So looking at this forwards, I don't see any weakling today. Very formidable pack of forwards for Australia, and really looking forward to that battle between the two packs today. For South Africa, we've got Willie Leroux, Sabuna Kosi, Lukanya Am, Damien Dialendi, Makazola Mapimpi, Andre Pollard, and Faf de Klerk. And as obviously, I think the 9 and 10 will dictate the game, with Lukanya Am, Dialendi, and Makazola Mapimpi really forming that combination to seal maybe this game for us. Forward-wise, Dwayne Vermeulen, Franco Mostert, Siya Kolisi, Lua de Jager, Ebenet Sobet, Frans Malherbe, Bongi Munambi, and Steven Kitshoff. So honestly, no weak spot in the South African starting 15 today. Looking at the benches for Australia, we've got Feletti, Kaitu'u, James Slipper, Tanila Tupou, Rob Leota, Pete Samu, Nick White, Reece Hodge, and Jordan Patea. And I did say that I'm looking forward to see Tanila Tupou, Pete Samu, and Jordan Patea make a difference in that second half for the Wallabies. South Africa, Malcolm Marx, Oxlade Shear, Vincent Koch, Marco van Staden, Kwagga Smith, Jasper Wiese, Herschel Jantjies, and Damian Willemse. The bomb squad is alive and willing to dominate. Right, let's have another look at a few comments. The players are onto the field now, guys, and it should be a fantastic game. Bernice says, Yap Makur, big dreams. Bernhard says the rule can work to our favor as well. Andre Pollard would have practice, and now Faf has even more reason to get the box kick right. Yeah, absolutely. Expect Faf de Klerk to have plenty of box kicks today. I'm really expecting him to put up a lot of them, and a chase will come from Sabuna Kosi and Makazola Mapimpi. Mark Bromfield says Guru Boks by 15. It's Lorenzo says Boks will win by 5. A very strong team with the older players as the leaders for the youngsters. Achilles says, when I say a team will win, then they will win. Lie yesterday when Bulls made fish fingers. Are you on to me again, Achilles? Sometimes I notice maybe it's just me, but Australia over the years always play a better and stronger game against the Bokke than what they play against the All Blacks. So definitely at home, they do tend to be much stronger. And I know a lot of people have joined in since I've done the maths here, and 39 tests been played in Australia between these two sides. And the average score goes to the Wallabies by 21 points to 16, with Australia having won 25, South Africa 12, and have drawn 2. With the last 5 games played in Australia, Australia's won 4 and draw 1. So let me just make sure if I'm right with that. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Yeah, so the last 5 tests here in Australia, Wallabies have won 4 and draw 1, with South Africa not winning a single game. So that's why, with my heart, I say Boks, but with the brain, I am seeing a Wallaby victory by 5 points today. but I might be wrong. Let's hope my heart wins at the end of the day. Marcel Sahir says, good day, Guru. Vanilla says, yes, we will win, my guy. And then Ian, that jumped. Ian Patterson says, I think the Australians may surprise the Springboks today. Monas says, Proteas 19, Wallabies 22. Go Bokke. And then Lawrence says, I personally don't think Nkosi belongs there. Then Mark Bromfield also, Boks to stick to the game plan. And Simsler, Dwayne Vermeulen is going to be man of the match. A1 says, hope the ref and the TMO are non-biased. They are England and Australia. So Peter Steph is out injured at the moment. Sim Slayer. Renault says, hi, good. Glad to see you doing the commentary today. No problem. Byron says, not going to be easy. Marcel, Boks going to ruin the Aussies today. So the game will start just after the national anthems, Kumzi. Then Pete Pompey says, hope Pollard is on song today. We can't leave points on the field. Kili says, Guru Bokke is a cool name. Guru Bokke versus Springbok. And then Ferdinand says, 17 all draw today. Marnus could say Bokke 19, Australia 22. Herman says, go, Bokke will win today by far. And then Herman Ellis says, let's just hope we don't get any yellow or red cards. Please, Eben, behave yourself. The scientist says, South Africa 19, Wallabies 18. And Pipompi's Wallabies are desperate for a win. Bradley says, from Kenya watching, go Bokke. And then Bernard says, Boks by 20. The All Blacks made the Aussies pap and vandag bring ons die sous. That's a big call as well. Pete Pompey says Benetton must still come to Loftus. Yes, so let's hope that this excitement of having the crowds today isn't too big for the South African support, for the South African players today, because we did see what happened to the Bulls when they traveled to Benetton for playing in front of a crowd. They got trashed. So let's hope that this isn't going to be the case today for the Springboks as well. Expecting a massive game from South Africa, and hopefully we can pull this one through, guys. Let me know in the comment section who you think is going to score the first try of the game, if there's even going to be any tries in the game. Who do you think is going to score the opening try of the game? I'm going to go with a try from Marika Korobetti against all the odds. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think. So currently the voting standing at 380 votes. 45% says Boks will win narrowly. The other 45% says we'll trash the Wallabies, while 7% says the Wallabies will win narrowly, and 3% says the Wallabies will trash the Boks. So if you haven't voted, then go and vote. So the scientist says try for Colby. Colby not playing today, unfortunately. He is out injured at this stage. Blackbird says Nkosi. Monas, Talent says this will be a penalty. This will be a penalty game. Absolutely, I agree. I think it's going to be a very tight one. But yeah, we're about to get this game underway, guys. It's going to be a massive, massive game. Franco van Wyk has called it. Boks 40, Wallabies 22. So it's going to be Quade Cooper to get this game underway for us. And good luck to each and every one today. Here we go. The kickoff from the Wallabies is a deep one, collected by Faf de Klerk inside the 22. Now, Dialendi has taken it up for the Springboks, sets up the ruck beautifully. And here we go. Faf de Klerk waiting for the ball at the back of this ruck. He is going to go with the box kick himself. And the chase is on from Sabu Nkosi on the 10-meter line. The chase is on. Oh, trouble here as the ball spills loose and the Springboks have regathered it. Here comes Faf de Klerk now. Andre Pollard out to Billy Leroux, puts it to the boot. And trying to find a bit of space, but underneath it is Quade Cooper now on the 10-meter line inside Wallabies territory. Sets up a nice ruck here for the Wallabies. Tate McDermott gets it out to Alan Olotoa. Now Salmo Karevi. Tackled beautifully by Lua de Jager at the back there. Ball coming back slowly for Australia. Tate McDermott just waiting now. Matt Phillip. Good defense from Lua de Jager and Dwayne Vermeulen. Ball coming back slowly for the Wallabies. Tate McDermott has got it at the back. He's going to probably also go for the box kick. Yep, he does go with the box kick, so the chase is on now. Andrew Callaway chasing after this, but beautifully picked by Willie Leroux, round about on halfway for the Springboks here. Now Faf de Klerk having a look there, gets it out to Stephen Kitsoff, puts his head down, doesn't make really any meters with that one. Now Faf de Klerk out to Andre Pollard, puts a bomb into the air, chased down by Sabu Nkosi, just inside the half of the Wallabies, and Sabu Nkosi has got it. Now Faf de Klerk, out it goes to Andre Pollard, back to Willie Leroux, puts it to the boot again, trying to find space in behind, and he does get it. So the ball rolls out between the 10 and the 22 inside the Wallabies territory. Line up to the Wallabies. Right, so good opening 2 minutes of play here from both sides. South Africa looking pretty dangerous with the box kick over the top at the moment. So it is going to be Folau Fainga to throw this ball in for the Wallabies here. And it's been stolen by the Springboks, but unfortunately, the ball has been slapped straight into touch by Loer de Jager. So the Wallabies gain a net of 10 meters and retains the throw-in. Folau Fainga with another throw-in now. Needs to find his jumper. This time he finds Matt Phillip at the back here. Michael Hooper now. They form the maul and starting to grind it forward. Folau Fainga with the ball at the back of this maul. Now gets it out to Tate McDermott, who's going to go with the box kick over the top now. The chase is on now from Andrew Callaway, but Mapimpi is underneath it. And steps Callaway on the first one. Beats Swinton as well up to the 10-meter line. Now Faf de Klerk with the box kick over the top again, looking for space in behind. The ball is rolling inside the 22 now. Tom Banks have got it, and he's going to put it to the boot and not going to find touch on the 10-meter line. De Klerk now. Andre Pollard. He's going to go with the bomb into the air now. Willie Leroux chasing after this. And South Africa's got it back again. Franco Mostert now. South Africa in possession here between the 10 and the 22 now. Long cut out pass to Lukanyam. He takes it over the 10-meter line for South Africa. Great counter shove from the Wallabies here, disrupting the racket for Faf de Klerk. Now Bonambi takes it in. On the 10-meter line inside Wallabies territory now. Faf de Klerk waiting for this ball to come out. Big counter shove again from Matt Phillip. Now a little box kick over the top from Faf de Klerk, looking for space, and that's going to roll, and it's going to find touch round about 15 meters out from the Wallabies try line. A nice little box kick from him there. And yeah, this is quite the start here for Folau Fainga now with the throw into this lineup. Taken by Swinton at the back now. Tate McDermott. Long, loose pass taken luckily by Karevi for the Wallabies. 5 meters from their own try line. And a penalty to the Springboks. Diving in from the side is the Wallabies. So it's Lenny Kitoa penalized there. And an early chance here for the Springboks. 5 minutes into this game. And yeah, it is quite the start here. Right, so on the fight of Africa with the opening penalty of the game. Australia players leaving the feet on ground and right in front of the post should go for the goal, and South Africa should take the lead by 3 points to 0. Barry asking when last South Africa won in Australia. So that was way back in 2013, where was the last time South Africa were able to win in Australia. Marnus could says Australia just scored the first try. Right, so 3 points to 0. South Africa lead here through a penalty from Andre Pollard. Great pressure being put on to the Wallabies very, very early on. Right, so great start for the Springboks then. 3 points to 0 they lead. Restart from Quay Cooper, taken by Dwayne Vermeulen inside the 22 now. And Faf de Klerk just controlling that ball for South Africa at the back of this ruck. Can they get this out now? Faf de Klerk with the box kick over the top now. And that's going to find touch roundabout on the 10-meter line inside Springboks half. Line up to the Wallabies. Line up coming for Lau Fainga now. And the throw taken by Swinton early on. Now Tate McDermott, Quade Cooper out to Salma Karemi. He's going to straighten the line over the 10-meter line here for the Wallabies. Now Tate McDermott, Quade Cooper back inside to Korobetti, but he misses the pass and gets Swinton instead. Right on the 10-meter line inside the Wallabies, South African territory. Now chance here for Matt Phillip. Good defense from the Springboks. Now Tate McDermott. He tries to snipe on his own, but beautiful tackle from Dwayne Vermeulen on him. But a penalty to the Wallabies here. Players not releasing the tackle, or the tackler not releasing the player. And it is Franco Mostert. Now it's Stephen Kitsoff who gets penalized there for players leaving the feet on the ground. So you could argue and say Tate McDermott was holding on to that ball. Should have actually been a penalty to South Africa. But it's a 50-50 call. It's gone to the way of Australia there. Eugene Hill says, play territory, net gains, turnover, back defense, steal intercept will be on. Right, so 3 points to 0. Quade Cooper will be trying to level the scores here. The penalty runabout on the 10-meter line inside South Africa's half, right in the middle of the field. So let's see what's going to happen with this one. Can Quade Cooper level the score here after just 7 or 8 minutes into this game? Ron Conradi says Boks by 20. So Cooper has struck it well, and it's straight through. So it's 3 points all here in Australia. Both teams getting a penalty for players leaving their feet, and after 8 minutes, it's all square. It's going to come down to the wire, guys. This is going to be a close one. 8 minutes gone in this game, and there's the restart now. A deep kick in taken by Marika Korobetti inside the 22. Sabun Nkosi misses the first tackle, but Kitsoff has got him now. Still inside the 22 is the Wallabies at the moment. Tate McDermott waiting for this ball to come out. Gives it out to Lakeland Swinton. Still inside the 22, just setting up the ruck here. First face ball here for the Wallabies. Tate McDermott with a box kick over the top. And it looks like Eben Etzebeth has managed to partially charge that down and comes back to the side of the Springboks now, right on the 22-meter line. Here they come. It's Philly LaRue with a bomb kick into the air, cross kick to Mapimpi. And looks like South Africa will get this ball again now, but a knock-on from Damian Dialendi. And it's going to be a scrum down to the Wallabies. Well, Damian Dialendi not happy with something there. Just talking to the touch judge, needs to be careful not to anger the referees today. So let's have a look here. Yeah, no, you can't really say it was a dangerous tackle there. But anyway, it's going to be a scrum down to the Wallabies here. Right on the 22-meter line. Under pressure is the Wallabies at the moment. The Seaman said, who do you think is going to win? So my heart says Springboks, but my brain says the Wallabies. So if I had to bet, I would say Wallabies by 5 points, but you can never underestimate the Springboks. So it's actually going to be a Springbok scrum here, right on the 22. So there was a knock-on from the Wallabies and another penalty to the Boks now from scrum. And Angus Bell is penalized there on that occasion. So will South Africa take the 3 points, or will they kick this into touch? A big question here. Berenice says Bokke will win this game. So they have opted to go for goal here. It's about 10 meters out from the left-hand touch line. So not the easiest of kicks here for Andre Pollard. After 11 minutes of play, it is all square here. Bernard says the game will come down to fitness today. Cassina says, go Bokke, stronger together. Right, so Andre Pollard lining up this kick here to take the Boks back into the lead after about 11 minutes of play. Johannes Spain says, like your brains said last night, that the Sharks will win. Now, that was my heart, Johannes. Right, so the kick from Andre Pollard is through. So it's 6 points to 3 to the Springboks here after 11 minutes. Sim Slayer, Guru, stop saying the Wallabies are going to win. You're offending me. No, come on, Sim. Just being realistic as well. But I do hope that the Bokke get this win today. Right, so Dwayne Vermeulen taking it in from the 22 now after restart here. Got the ruck inside the 22 now for the Springboks. Faf de Klerk looking to go with the box kick over the top, does so. And Saboon, of course, he's chasing after this one as well. But it's Tom Banks who gets it. Gets the offload to Samu Karevi now. Over the 10-meter line they go. Tate McDermott now. Out it comes to Quade Cooper. A little snap through the middle. But well read by Andre Pollard. Now Vali Leroux switches back to Andre Pollard. Under pressure is the Boks now. Right on her own 22 now. And it looks like the Wallabies has won the penalty there on the ground. So 6 points to 3. And it could possibly turn into a 6-all game here. Vali Leroux not happy about something. Just having a look at something here. But don't see anything wrong from my side. Not sure what Willie was referring to there, but it's a penalty to the Wallabies now. And surely will go for goal for that one. 6 points to 3. Not releasing the ball is the call. And a chance for Quade Cooper to level up the scoreboard again. Right, Janine says, whoop, whoop, let's go, Bokke. We're winning this one, says Arcadian. And then John Boyson says, Wallabies will come hard to finish it, but we can take it. The Seaman made by the Wallabies. Yeah, it was quite a pass there from to Karevi, I think it was, the Seaman. I think the Bokke, but tight first half, but Wallabies got hand by the New Zealanders. Christian says, Mr. Guru, you need to be in the game with heart and mind, regardless of how good Australia may look. I do understand that, Christian, but I cannot be biased. If I'm biased, then I'll have no support from around the world, really. So I have to be as unbiased as possible. Right, the kick from Quade Cooper has gone over, so it's 6-all here in Australia. 2 penalties apiece from both sides. And, yeah, it's going to be a tough one. Hope the Boks will win the game. Thanks for the stream. Watching from Korea. Tit for tat rugby, says Blackbird. Enrico says Boks are going to win. A deep kick in from the Springboks taken by Marika Korobetti inside the 22 of the Wallabies now. Tate McDermott gets it out to Lakeland Swinton now. Still inside the 22 of the Wallabies. Tate McDermott has got this ball under control. It looks like he's going to go with the box kick over the top here. Yeah, he goes with it. And now a high-hanging kick chased down by Marika Korobetti, but beautifully taken by Vali Leroux. Roundabout on the 10-meter line inside Wallabies territory. Faf de Klerk gets it out to Loer de Jager. Loer de Jager puts his head down. Now Faf de Klerk. He's going to get it out to Andre Pollard, who stands deep. Goes with a high up and under chase down by Makazole Mapimpi. But Tom Banks underneath it and collects it beautifully. Oh, and a penalty here to the Wallabies. Sia Khaleesi driving the player to the ground and doing some after actions as well. But he's really hyped up for this one, is Sia Khaleesi. So don't know whether that after actions might get him into trouble, because he did grind a player to the ground in an upward position. So, yeah, a very soft penalty to give away, really, because in the old days, that would have just been a normal tackle, really. Barry says, don't worry, Guru, even if you're biased, I got your support. Betson Bikele says Springboks are going to win. And then, let's see, TMO decision coming now. And we could possibly have Sia Khaleesi in the bin here. It's going to be a pity because rugby, really, I don't want that to happen. You don't want to play with 14 men in an international test match. 15 and a half minutes gone in this game. It's all square at the moment. You don't normally see Siya Kolisi making these types of tackles, so it is quite surprising when you do see him make these type of things. And now they're trying to milk this penalty. I think it might be a little bit worse here for Siya Kolisi at the end of the day. So he lifted the play and then grinded him to the ground with his head down first. So luckily for Siya, he managed to get his hands down before his head. So definitely a card coming here. Yellow card to Siya Kolisi for a spear tackle, basically, is what it's called in the old days. Right, Eugene says maybe from scrum, Springboks could crack it wide open. Def kicking behind could be the way to go. Patient, not dumb. Right, so a yellow card here to Siya Kolisi. Wetsen Bikele says, let's go Bokke. Mike says, may as well crown All Blacks champions. That's a big call. Right, so the kick downfield here from the Wallabies is going to find touch roundabout on the 10-meter line inside South Africa's half. Falau Fainga with the throw in here, finds Lakeland Swinton, and now here they come. Falau Fainga out to Samu Karevi. He makes a couple of meters now. Tate McDermott, out it comes to Matt Phillip. Matt Phillip puts his head down up to the 22, goes to Wallabies. Now Tate McDermott, back it comes to Quade Cooper, gets it out to Ikitoa. Good defense from Sabuna Corsi though. Now Tate McDermott has got it again for the Wallabies. Matt Phillip, good tackle from Kutsop. Tate McDermott right in the middle of the field between the 10 and the 22 now. Oh, a little bit of a step here from Samu Karevi. The pass out to Callaway. Callaway could go all the way here for the Wallabies, and he does so. But I think the referee should come back and have a look at that pass. It looked suspiciously forward, but Samu Karevi has ripped open the Springbok defense. The pass out to Callaway, a beauty. A step back inside from Callaway, and the Wallabies gets the first try of the game. Well, that is not a good start for the Boks then. The pass actually does look normal if you watch it from another angle. So try has been awarded, and it's 11 points to 6 to Australia. Beautiful pass from Samu Karevi, in fact. And then the step back inside from Callaway, beating Willie Leroux with quite some ease. And South Africa will need to pull up their socks now. Right, so try time Australia here, and it's 11 points to 6. Yano FD says it's forward. No, it's not, mate. Unfortunately, it did look suspiciously forward from the first angle, but when you look at it from a second angle, unfortunately, it did went backwards out of the hands. So try time to the Wallabies. 11 points to 6 it is. Right, so tries converted, and it's 13 points to 6 here. The Seaman says, don't give up. Yeah, it's 13 points to 6. It's a 7-point game at the moment here. And South Africa needs to strike back almost immediately now. Remember, Siya Kolisi in the bin at the moment. Carter Paul says, Boks going to get hammered. Right, so the restart here from South Africa, and it's taken by Kurabeti at the back, just short of the 22 now. Lakeland Swinton makes a couple of meters forward for Australia. Tate McDermott at the back of this ruck waiting for it. And looks like it's going to go with the box kick over the top again here. Chase coming from Michael Hooper this time. South Africa needs to collect this. Spills backwards. Billy Leroux has managed to get it. But first call, a knock on from the Wallabies. And it's going to be a scrum down to the Springboks. Regina Reynolds Reginald Stevens says, "Ach no, wake up, Bokke." Seaman says, "The Springboks must make a turnover." Cameron Conway says, "Never thought I would root for Australia so badly, being a Kiwi in all." Right, so 13 points to 6 it is here for the Wallabies. And Evan Etzebeth just receiving a little bit of attention. And also note that Siya Kolisi is in the bin with a yellow card for a spear tackle earlier. Still got about 6 minutes left on that yellow card. Wow now says, "I honestly can't wait for the All Blacks versus Springbok game. They haven't played each other since 2019. Survival EJT says, "Go Bokke." Johan Meyer says, "South Africa." And Dia Khan, "I wonder if Boks going to kick so much during the against the world-class team." And then Jan Blom says, "Kom Bokke." Michael Culler says, "Springboks gaan nie lê nie, altyd reg vir 'n wen. Go Bokkies." Right, so scrum down here to the Springboks, right about on halfway here. South Africa man down at the moment. Siya Kolisi in the bin for the Springboks. 13 points to 6. The first try been scored by Andrew Callaway for the Australians. Scrum goes down on the left-hand side, and the referee will call a reset scrum. And Falau Fainga stayed down after that scrum, and he doesn't look good. So maybe some attention to him. Makandwa says Australia to win this one. Berenice says, "Come now, Bokke." James Boucher, "Die Bokke het gisteraan op Loftus agtergebly," meaning that the Boks was left behind at Loftus last night, referring to basically making all the Bulls box. James Yuri says, "A good gauge to see where teams are at. Boks and New Zealand in prime positions. Boks needs to be convincing against Australia." Andre Botha, "Een man as a span. South Africa to win this. Yeah, guys, we must give Springboks all our..." Stephen Griffin says, "Badass Bokke." Simon says, "Bokke will win." And Aussie will win, says Linus. James says, "Boks by 9. Right, so let's see what happens with the scrum down here. 20 minutes played in this game. And 13 points to 6, the Wallabies lead. At the back of the scrum now, Dwayne Vermeulen controlling. Now Henry Pollard taking it up to halfway. Fuck the Tat now getting it out. Oh, sloppy passing from the box. And Malherbe have to collect it on the 10-meter line here for the Springboks. Controlled. And Faf the Tat now at the back of this ruck is going to go with the box kick over the top. Chased down by Sabu Nkosi now. Korabeti waiting. He's got it, and he steps Sabu Nkosi. Also step Lua de Jager, and still going is Korabeti now brought down. And a penalty to the Springboks here. Players diving off their feet. And a penalty to the Boks roundabout on the 10-meter line. Great, it's not releasing the ball from Korabeti. So he beat Sabu Nkosi and beat Lua de Jager, and then ran into the Thor and got penalized for holding on. So South Africa surely will probably go for goal here, just to tick away on that 4 minutes left with Siya Kolisi down. Yep, Simslayer says Boks should just try to get a penalty in the half of the Wallabies. Mona says, "Yes, I called it." Right, so penalty to South Africa, and it's going to be Andre Pollard to have another shot at goal here for South Africa. 22 minutes gone, with the possibility of making the score 13 points to 9. Let's see, he's lining this one up. Is Andre Pollard now. It's a long distance kick for him, and it looks like it's sweetly struck. No, it's gone to the right of the post, so scoreline remains 13 points to 6 then. Just to the right of the post then. Avenger says, "Bloody kicking all the time. Springboks play rugby. Die Bokke moet hulle inhou met dissipline." So close, says Shadow Ninja Coast. Well, Bullard miss, that's new. Or what's new? So the restart here from the Wallabies now. Collected by Andre Bullard on the 10-meter line, and he goes up into the air with the bomb kick. Dwayne Vermeulen chasing after this, and it looks like it's gone backwards from the Boks side, but it's got a Betty who's going to pick it up. And unfortunately, now that's too sloppy. So first knock on from South Africa, then from Australia. So it's going to be a scrum down to the Wallabies. 23 minutes gone, scrum down here on the 10-meter line inside Wallabies territory. Sim Slayer says Mono would not miss that. And then Monas, I've got a feeling Australia are going to score first. Yeah, you got it spot on, Monas. Bokke under pressure. Boks need to stay calm, says Mark Bromfield. And Eugene Hill says maybe multiple phases, 7+ tries South Africa. Protect the ball, hold on to the ball, build. Right, so scrum down to Australia on the 10-meter line, about 5 meters from the left-hand touch line. It is going to be Tate McDermott who is going to feed this ball to the scrum here for Australia. Right, Tate McDermott, oh, he's going to go sniping on the blind side, but de Klerk has got him covered here. Roundabout on halfway now for Australia. Korobetti gets it out to Angus Bell, carries it up to halfway, the big prop forward of Australia. Tate McDermott waiting for it, gets it out to Lakeland Swinton again for the Wallabies, and a penalty to the Boks. Diving off their feet is the call from the referee, and the Springboks will have another opportunity. Sim Slayer says, of course, he's playing well. He's getting those balls. Absolutely. Janine Bester says, let's make a comeback, Boks. So it will be interesting to see if Andre Pollard goes for goal again. Bernard says, remember against the Lions, our second half is always better than the first half. So we've gone for touch this time round. And Siya Kolisi got about a minute left on his yellow card. So line out roundabout on the 22-meter line here. And an opportunity for the Springboks. For Nambi to throw this ball in. He's going to find Lure de Jager at the back now. The ball spills loose, but another penalty this time to the Springboks. And this is very much more kickable for the Springboks. And surely got to go for goal from here. Take the points. 20. Well, they're not going to take the points. They're going to go for touch here and set up another line out here for the Springboks. 5 meters out from the try line. Here we go. Peter Diagri asking who is yellow. So it is Siya Kolisi who is in the bin at the moment, but he should be back. Yeah, he's back now. And we're back to 15 men as well. Right, so 5 meters out from the Wallabies try line. It's going to be Bonambi to throw this ball in for the Springboks. Gets it at the back. Is Lure de Jager now. And disrupted maul there. But now it starts to move forward. I think there's another penalty advantage coming for South Africa. Now Faf de Klerk off the back. He's going to put a little step through. The bounce of the ball is perfect for the Boks. And it's going to be Lukanya moves over for the try. But have the referee awarded it? No, he hasn't. I think he wants to go and check this out. It might be held up by Tate McDermott. And that would have been absolutely fantastic defense from the young scrum half. But what a little stab through from Faf de Klerk there. Let's have a look and see if we got a try or not. Right, let's see what happens here. The ball spills loose. Lukanya got it. Needs to dot it down. He's knocked it on. Lukanya has knocked the ball on over the try line. So no try here. Coming back now. Let's see whether there was a penalty advantage for South Africa or not. Or whether it will be... Well, I think it's going to be a goal line dropout if it's a knock-on over the try line. Right. Guys, please don't leave links off illegal streaming sites. Johannes, if it was anybody else, I would have banned him right now. Right, so South Africa's having another shot here at a line out. and Punambi to throw this ball in. Punambi with the throw in, finds Luat Yacher again now. The maul has been set up, and looks like South Africa can get this driving maul going now. This time round, going forward at a great pace here, but just held up short. Another penalty advantage coming for South Africa. Right out of the way, says Faf de Klerk for Michael Hooper. And the referee does blow on his whistle. And here comes the yellow card for Australia. It is going to be, I think, Matt Phillip who will be getting the yellow card. So the Wallabies are down to 14 men for the next 10 minutes. Yes, it's Matt Phillip who has gotten the yellow card. Right. Let's... Well, Achilles, then I'll have to ban you as well, man. You get, well, because you're moderator, you'll get free. You'll get free chances. Johannes gets one. Right, so another penalty to the Springboks here, and a yellow card to Australia. So let's see what they're going to do with this one. 26 minutes gone in this game, and we need to get back into this one. As I will get banned if I stream the game live. So decision time for the Springboks now. Just waiting on a call from him. Right, what is going to happen with this one? In a very good position to get the opportunity to hit right back immediately. So the penalty to South Africa, I don't know what they had a look at TMO, but there's an opportunity now for South Africa, setting up another line out here. And let's see if we can get a penalty try from this one, or actually score a try. Right, Punambi with a throw into the back to Franco Mostert this time. And the drive comes from South Africa again. Surely we got to do something with this one. Punambi at the back of this maul now, going forward. And this should be a try to the Springboks. Yes, it is. Try to Punambi and a try to South Africa. Great stuff from South Africa. And we're back in this game. 13 points to 13 points to 11 it is. And with a conversion to come. Right, so all square, should be all square after this conversion here. And looking forward to a really great tight battle here between the two teams. Try for Punambi, and what a try. You can see what it means to Dwayne Vermeulen there. Superb stuff from Punambi on that occasion. So the poll currently standing on around about 900 votes. 46% says South Africa will win narrowly. 41% will trash the Wallabies, while 8% says the Wallabies will win narrowly, and 4% says the Wallabies will trash the Boks today. The conversion from Andre Pollard has gone to the left, so the score now 13-11, and that is really now two great opportunities that come waste for Andre Pollard. Right, so 13 points to 11 it is then. And the Wallabies with 40 men on the field for the next 7.5 minutes. Right, 11 minutes to go. And the restart from the Wallabies now. Taken by Vermeulen inside the 22 and bursting his way over the 22 now. South Africa in possession. Faf de Klerk waiting at the back. Go with the box kick over the top. Chase coming from Sabu Nkosi, but beautifully taken by Tom Banks, and a great tackle there from South Africa, putting the Wallabies under pressure. Penalty advantage coming for the Wallabies though. A little stab through from Quade Cooper, collected by Dialendi, and we're going back for the penalty for the Wallabies. Right on halfway. Well, offside in front of the kicker is the call from the referee there. So all that hard work from Sabuna Kossi being in front of the clap there. So penalty to the Wallabies. Barry says, give it to Willemse to do the kicking. No, not yet, Barry. We don't want Willemse on just yet. Storm Swat says, thanks, Guru, for the live commentary. No problem, Storms. Carter Paul says, let Vermeulen kick. Hapnitzer says, when Pollard missed the first kick, he will miss every other kick. Goodness me, close game, says Ann Neville. So the Wallabies now, 5 meters from South Africa's try line, going for the kick to touch. And, trouble in paradise again now. Falau Fainga with a throw into this lineup taken by Lakeland Swinton of the back. Now Michael Hooper cut around with Tate McDermott. Corabetti charging up 5 meters out from the try line, not held in the tackle and making another meter, but luckily brought down quickly. Now it's Lakeland Swinton, still 5 meters out from the try line. It's the Wallabies. Taken by Angus Bell now, brought down by Mal Haraba. Tate McDermott, Quade Cooper, loops around with Karevi. Oh, Nick gets offload. Brilliant tackle from a Pimpy. But another penalty of, another penalty advantage coming for the Wallabies now. Quade Cooper out to Callaway, steps two defenders, brought down by Kitsov luckily. And now Tate McDermott gets it out to Quade Cooper. Cooper trying to step, gets the offload to Lakeland Swinton again. The Wallabies have lost plenty of ground, about 10 meters out now. Now it comes Angus Bell, Rob Valentini, tackled by Khaleesi. And after all that, we are going to come back for a penalty to the Wallabies. So still about 5 minutes left on that yellow card for the Wallabies. And a penalty right in front of the post. Will they go for goal here? Yeah, they are going to have a shot at goal here. Quade Cooper lining it up. So with all expectations, it should be 16 points to 11 after this kick. Marcel Scott says, yes, Guru, another Brunners and Coke for the boys. Ref loves penalty, says Peter de Acrela. It's very always been inconsistent, very good and very bad at times, which is true. And some people are calling for replace Pollard. Right, Quade Cooper now with this penalty right in front of the post should be making it 16 to 11. Neil Buerta says Jake's Bulls will smash this Bok team. Right, so 16-11 it is. And the Wallabies still got a man in the bin for the next 3.5 minutes. Achilles says Willie will be more good than bad than such a good game reader, which is true. Right, 7 minutes to go in this first half. It's a 5-point lead to Australia. Restart from Andre Pollard, taken in by Ikitoa now, and he kicks it downfield and going to find touch. That's a brilliant kick from him. And finds touch roundabout on the 10-meter line inside South Africa's half. Well, between the 10 and the halfway line, in fact. It's going to be Bonambi to throw this ball in to the lineup for the Springboks. Still time left for South Africa to maybe go into the lead here. Throw coming from Bonambi now. And he's going to find... Oh, it's been stolen by the Wallabies here. And it's Tate McDermott now out to Marika Corabetti. He puts a kick downfield. And underneath it is Willie Leroux on the 22-meter line. He's going to go with a kick up high and into the air. Was there a player held back? No, says the referee, play on. Tom Banks with the kick downfield. But Willie is back for it inside the 22. Makes the mark. And he'll probably try and kick this as far as possible. Right, let's see what happens to this one. The mark was made. Confidence from Willie Leroux to make the mark there in the air. And it's kicked downfield and it's going to find touch, but quickly thrown in from the Wallabies. And here comes Quade Cooper now on the 10-meter line. Gets it out to Marika Korobetti. He's going to cut back inside, but good tackle from Lothar Jager. Now Tate McDermott on the 10-meter line. Oh, intercepted by Lukanya Am now, but the defense is onto him. Now Faf de Klerk on the 10-meter line. Gets it out to Willie Leroux. Now Andre Pollard. There's space on the outside here for South Africa. Dialeni out to Sia Khaleesi. Throws a forward pass there. And, well, he's been in touch before that. So it's going to be a line out to the Wallabies on the 22-meter line. Bit of space opening up there for the Boks. And it was very interesting to see that Dialeni finally managed to pass the ball. But the space ran out and Khaleesi got bundled into touch by Lakeland Swinton. Great tackle from him. Yeah, so 16 points to 11 it is now. Lakeland Swinton takes it in. And the referee has given a penalty to the Wallabies. Infringement in the lineup from the Springboks. Discipline is going to be so vital. Steve Griffin says, you're a very good commentator. Thank you, Steve. And then Jordan Whale, why can't you show the match on YouTube? Because I will get banned if I do that. I did it once before and got banned. I did it with the Super Rugby Aotearoa about 2 years ago. Well, was it a year ago? And I got banned for 3 months. Right, so Tom Banks with a kick downfield and is going to find touch. Roundabout on the 10-meter line inside South Africa's half. Yes, Robert says, great commentary. Thank you, guys. A job in TV, I think, says Steve. Might be a possibility at some stage, Steve. We'll see how things go in the future. Marlon says Australia putting a lot of pressure on the Boks at the moment. And Mark Bromfield, Boks have to come out second half with a better game plan. So we've got 3 minutes left in this first half and Australia on the attack. Falau Fainga with the throw in finds Lakeland Swinton now. The drive comes quickly off the back. Comes Michael Hooper, Tate McDermott, Simon Karevi out to Rob Valentini. Over the 10-meter line, he goes with a great little dart from him. Now Tate McDermott tries to go himself and brought down by South Africa. Now Michael Hooper. Michael Hooper finds a bit of space. Here comes the Wallabies now. Rob Valentini, 5 meters from the try line, right under the post here. And now Lafainga, Angus Bell, quick hands out to Simon Karevi. Marika Korobetti, they've lost a bit of ground now. Is the Wallabies. Angus Bell, about 10 meters out from the try line, drives forward. About 6 or 7 meters out now is the Wallabies. Out it comes to Matt Phillip, who's back on the field now as well. Tate McDermott, quick ball now. Quade Cooper trying to attack the line as well. 5 meters out now. Tate McDermott, out wide they go. But great defense from South Africa, holding him up at the moment. Now Tom Banks. He tries to pick and go, brought down by Faf de Klerk. Tate McDermott waiting for it. Now comes back to Quade Cooper. And Quade Cooper is going to try and attack the line again. Still about 10 meters out now is the Wallabies. Great defense from the Boks. Rob Valentini puts his head down now. Can South Africa defense hold out? Tate McDermott back inside to Tom Banks. 5 meters out from the try line, right under the post now. It's Alan Alatoa. He knocks it on. It's a knock on from the Wallabies. And it's going to be a scrum down to the Boks with 1.5 minutes to go in this first half. Great defense from the Boks. Wow, that was a passage of play that had everybody excited for this one. William Bam says Boks need to win. James Uri says Wallabies have some strike power today. This match is intense. Great defense, Bokke. Right, so South Africa surviving that Australian onslaught, and it couldn't have come at a better time. Carter Paul says, imagine what New Zealand will do to us. Take it like this, Carter, and that's why I also said at the start of the stream that if the Wallabies win this game, it could be a blessing in disguise, because South Africa will definitely prepare a lot harder for the All Blacks. if they lose this game today. Barry says Boks survive onslaught here, and then Pollard needs to up his accuracy percentage. Lots of misses lately. Daya Khan says the commentary is best commentary, guys. Definitely. Thanks, Dia. Are the Boks missing Russie, says William Bam. It's 11 points to 16 to the Australians, Luyanda. There's a minute left in this first half, Danny Osborne. So the score or the time does show on the clock here. Where the scoreboard is, just underneath that, you will see the time as well. Right, so Faf de Klerk now to feed this ball for South Africa with about 30 seconds left in this first half. Right underneath the post here for South Africa. Big scrum from the Wallabies here, and it's a penalty to the Wallabies. Big scrum from them. And that's one up on the Springboks. What a scrum from young Angus Bell and Alan Olatoa. Front row driving up is the call from the referee. And that's a massive scrum from the Wallabies. And surely they will take the 3 points and go into the break leading by 19-11. Well, South Africa under tremendous pressure at the moment. The Wallabies could feel a little bit cheeky here and even go for the try. Who knows? Neil Buerta says, not missing Russie. We need Jake. Izzy Marman says, Boks, why are you guys playing so useless today? Carter Paul says, New Zealand going to hammer Boks, and it's not New Zealand playing, says TJ. Ralph S. says, great commentary, and Boks are shaken but not stirred. Absolutely. There's still plenty of time in that second half to come back. Quade Cooper has opted to go for goal here and should put the Aussies into the lead, 19-11 at halftime. Brian says, sounds a little bit like you, Blaine, and I've heard it before as well, Brian. So that is a huge honor to be mentioned in the same likes of you, Bladen. So 19 points to 11 at halftime it's going to be, guys, and South Africa's got their work cut out here in the second half. But if there's one team that can do it, it is definitely the Springboks. So at halftime, we're going down by 19-11, but we're not far from out of this game. We should be in for a cracking second half. I'm going to take a quick break, but when I do come back, we will be doing the second half of this game between the Springboks and the Wallabies. So don't go anywhere. I will see you guys really shortly in about 5 minutes' time. Right, guys, we are back for the second half here. And if you haven't noticed it, the Springboks are trailing by 19 points to 11 at half time. And let's quickly go through the teams and how they've performed so far. Tom Banks have been brilliant for the Wallabies at the back. Andrew Callaway getting that opening try, beating Billy LaRue on the outside or on the inside, basically getting that first try for the Wallabies. Lenny Kitoa has been solid so far. Samu Karevi has been quite disastrous on the attack for the Wallabies so far. Marika Korapeti looking good. Wade Cooper controlling the game nicely, and Tate McDermott having a solid game so far for the Wallabies. Then in the fourth, Rob Valentini, Michael Hooper, and Lakeland Swinton really matching up in the game so far. Matt Phillip getting that yellow card in the first half for professional foul. Then Isaac Rodder has been solid. Alan Alatoa for Lau Fainga has been really good, as well as Angus Bell has been performing really good for the Wallabies so far. For South Africa, Billy LaRue, he's been solid at the back as well, doing a really good job at times. Sabu Nkosi doing really well under the high ball with those little box kicks from Faf de Klerk, controlling the high ball quite good is Sabu Nkosi. Then Lukanya and Damien Dialendi has been solid in defense so far. Nothing wrong from them as well. Makazola Mapimpi doing a really good job. Now, the problem comes in here with Andre Pollard. Although he's not had a bad game, his kicking has been all out of sorts at the moment. And he's cost the Springboks around 4 points already. So it should have been 19 to 15 at half time. And then Faf de Klerk controlling the game as always with his little box kicks over the top and doing a really good job with the game plan. Then in the fourth, Dwayne Vermeulen, Franco Mostert, and Sia Khaleesi having a decent outing. Sia Khaleesi getting a yellow card in that first half for a spear tackle as well. Lodi Yach and Eben Etzebeth, workhorses as always. And then Frans Malherbe, Bongi Bunambi, and Kitshoff will have to up their game in that second half. Gave away a horror penalty just before halftime in the scrum. So we really need to step up as a team today. And looking at how we used to play in the second half, we can still do this, but we need to score first in that second half. Let's have a look at some of the comment section, guys. So Sim Slayer says we're waiting for the bomb squad. And normally our bomb squad does make a massive impact. So we'll definitely have a look at that at the moment. Achilles says, not necessary, we are the best, just discipline at the moment, letting us down at the moment. And then South Africa really overestimated their abilities, says Sitembiso at this stage. And everybody's calling for Andre Pollard to go off. Marcel's asking, where is Kobus Reinach? So he is available, but they've opted to go with Herschel Yankees and Faf de Klerk. Reginald says, discipline, Bokke, discipline. And then Wedge Tiger says, not so good for the Boks at the moment. Boks going to lose. Discipline is really bad at the moment, says Marcel. And then Johannes Spain says, take Faf off. He can only kick. So I kind of want to disagree with that. So we all know Faf de Klerk is a very good attacking strong off as well. But because of the game plan that Jacques Nienaber has set out for the Boks, we do go with the box kick most of the time over the top. So, although we need to get Herschel Yankees on at some stage in the game, we will see a more free-flowing game from Herschel Yankees, as he's more known for his attacking than his kicking. So it's going to come down to that in the end of the day. And Simon Besaidenote says we miss Buckies. Well, Itzebeth has done really well, but you can't really compare him to Buckies, is it, Simon? Herman Ellis says playing against Southern Hemisphere teams, new ball game altogether. And I agree 100% with that. I mean, we were always going to get tested when we finally get to play Australia and the All Blacks, especially away from home. And Marcel says, the way we are playing, we don't deserve to be called world champions. Bot says, agree, we can all still do this, not lost yet. And Sideman says, the mind game is just not what we expected now, buffering. Marcel Celia says, agree, discipline is a major problem at the moment. Sim Slayer says 5 kicks are calculated. They work if you understand their purpose. Absolutely. So all of Faf de Klerk's kicking so far has been spot on. And you can't really fault Faf de Klerk for just playing the game plan that has been given by the coach. So although Achilles says they don't always work, kicking does work 100% accurately. But I must add also, Achilles, that all of his box kicks so far has been spot on. And it's just a question of capitalizing on that little mistakes. And then says, I hate math, says, Quade Cooper really make a difference on the field today. So they're much more calm and collective as this Australian side at the moment. And Alice says South Africa should capitalize on Wallabies halfback. He's slowing the game down, put pressure on him. John Mayer says South African game plan is solid. The kicking game is brilliant. It's not just kicking, it's kicking with purpose at this stage. TJ says, how can you say we don't deserve to be champions? Ungrateful, I think. Bot says, we'll always be tight when playing the top 3 nations. So the Wallabies, unfortunately, currently are sitting, I think, at 7th or 8th, no, 6th or 7th on the world rankings, but definitely up there. I mean, any of the top 7 teams can beat anyone on a day. So it definitely comes down to that. But this Mandisi says both teams have lacked discipline. Wallabies have made most of their advantages. I still have hope, though we need to be more clinical. Absolutely. Agree 100%. Lawrence Reyes says Boks will win it in the second half. Aussie Battler says up the Aussies. And Earl Smith says South Africa will kill in second half. Sim Slayer Marcel is already losing hope, says Sim Slayer. Peter says stop kicking Faf is a good player. Let's go Bokke. And then Marcel Celia says Achilles Salsudra. Oh, okay. That's something totally different. Then Sean Esrosen says positiveness, guys. Boks will come alive. Keep the ball in hand. Win the forward battle. The problem is the Boks left the water boy in SA, referring to Rassie Erasmus there. Mornay says, why are you also damn concerned about, obsessed about the damn Kiwi team? The Boks match their opponents on the day. And then Aussie Battler says, what a disgrace. No, it's no disgrace at all. If we do lose this game against the Wallabies, and I've said it when I started the stream, the Wallabies have the advantage around 21-16 when playing in Australia. And the Boks haven't won in Australia in the last 5 outings. So I don't get why you would say it would be a disgrace, unfortunately. Ngizi says the Boks will come back, and Wellington says we are winning this, guys. Come back stronger. Alice says all I can say, South Africa deserve to be world champions, and for 4 years you can't take that away from South Africa. William says can't just stick to a game plan for the sake of the game plan. Professional players must have flexibility to play what's in front of them, and I agree completely with that as well. So hopefully we can get that going in the second half. Gibsonite says, Boks for the win. So the players are back on the field, guys. So we will get ready here for a massive second half between these two teams. And may the best team come out winning this one. Dasha says, this is a learning curve. They will settle down. Makur says, Wallabies are playing well, but it's too early. Second half can be difficult times. Easy Rolly says, we need to play plan B. Bring Herschel on. Right, so the next 40 minutes will determine this one. Andre Pollard to get the second half underway for us. And here we go, guys. A deep kick from him, collected by Matt Phillip, just on the 22-meter line. The ball spills loose here, but Wallabies have managed to collect it either way now. South Africa needs to release the player now on the ground here or in the air. And over the 22-meter line they go. Quade Cooper at scrum off this time round. Matt Phillip or Lakeland Swinton taking it in for the Wallabies on that account. Just outside of 22 at the moment. There's a little knock on here from the Wallabies. And here's a chance for the Springboks now. Andre Pollard. Andre Pollard is going to attack the line. Lukanya, he's knocked it on. And it's advantage to the Wallabies now. Marik Samu Karevi taking it up. And he's going to have a run. But the referee do call him back here. There's been 2 knock-ons. So the first one coming from Lukanya. And then the second one coming from the Wallabies. It would have been a perfect cut-in pass to Lukanyam, but unfortunately the hands let him down there. Right, Neil Berta says, Rugby Guru sounds like a real pro. Got a sub from me. Thank you, Neil. Really enjoying all the comments on this chat today. Guru, great commentary as always. Brew, I think Pollard must stop fuffing around. That's a good one. Carter Paul says, thanks, Rugby Guru. You rock. The impact of the benches will determine who will win this game, they say. Right, guys, we've got about 1,050 people watching, so do show your support by pressing the like button and also subscribing if you are new to this channel. A Springbok penalty from that scrum here, and Angus Bell penalised there for going down. So South Africa will have the opportunity to get the first points here in the second half if Handré Pollard can convert it. Right, so from that scrum, penalty to the box, and Handré Pollard can easily slot this one as it's right up front. Marcel Celia says, this is where the captain on the field must make the decision on the field and read the game, regardless of their so-called game plan. Earl Smith says, kicking does not work at times, but if not working for the current game, change it. Play a running game. Jared Superbuddy says, I think you're the best YouTube commentator. Thank you for that one as well. Aussie Battler says, I mean, it was a disgrace that Australia was ranked number 7. Oh, it's hit the upright. Can you believe it? And now Australia's got possession here. And Lakeland Swinton is going to have a crack here. Samu Karevi cuts back inside. Oh, he's still going as Samu Karevi over the 22-meter line now. Comes back now, kicks downfield as Quade Cooper into space. No, not into space. Taken by Dwayne Vermeulen. And here they come now. Dwayne Vermeulen on the charge. Up to halfway he goes. Now Faf de Klerk gets it out to Loer de Jager. Loer de Jager is going to put his head down just short of the halfway line here. Oh, pressure on Faf de Klerk, but a penalty coming for South Africa. The Australians just jumping the gun too early. And now we've got a couple of handbacks between Faf de Klerk and Matt Phillip. Bongi Bunambi also joining in there. And tempers will be flying here in the second half. But how about that missed kick from Handré Pollard again? So it's now cost us around about 8 points. So it should have been level by now. Well, it's not Handré Pollard's day today. Definitely not. Yeah, it is what it is. Just not what we expected. I thought it was going to go straight through the middle. But anyway, South Africa's got the penalty and they found touch just inside the 22 of the Wallabies. And they do have a great chance now to get going. Marshall Scott says, best rugby guru ever subbed. Thanks, Marshall, for that one. Sim Slayer says, give Elton a chance. No, please not. Right, so here comes the line on the 22-meter line. Bonambi with a throw-in finds Loer de Jager at the back. Maul has been formed by the Springboks now. Can South Africa get this maul going? It's looking pretty good for South Africa now. It's starting to move forward now. They need to get this maul grinding here. Still going forward. Over the 22 they go. Still going as the Springboks. Slowly but surely. That's one, says the referee. So the next time the ball or the maul gets static, that must come out. Still going now about 15 meters out is the Springboks. Gets it out to Dialendi. Dialendi puts his head down. Michael Hooper over the ball in a flash, but he gets penalized. So another penalty right in front here for the Boks. Surely this time Handré Pollard won't miss it, but you never know. I hate maths, says Elton Yankee is actually it's quite good. So I don't disagree with you. I hate math, but the problem with Elton Yankee is he's a superb provincial player, but the moment that he plays international, he kind of disappears. Right, Carter Paul says Pollard miss again. Right, but you never know, says Tian Engelbrecht. Right, so Handré Pollard with another one here. And let's see. This time he gets it, and it's going to be 19 points to 14. Right, so after 6 minutes in the second half, South Africa onto the board first time. Right, I hate maths says Morné Steyn is the best. So although Morné Steyn is towards the end of his career, I still rate Hendrik Pollard very highly, but he needs to improve with his goal kicking, surely. Right, the restart here from the Wallabies now taken by Dwayne Vermeulen. Nearly knocks it on, but managed to recover it. And now South Africa's got possession just outside of 22 here. Faf de Klerk waiting for it is Eben Etzebeth. Just grinding it down now. And a penalty to Australia. Players diving off their feet there. And Franco Mostert, the penalised party there. And yeah, it's one of those things. Eben Etzebeth also down at the moment for South Africa. And it's not looking too good as well. Looks like a shoulder injury to Eben Etzebeth at the moment. Right, so penalty to the Wallabies here. 19-14 currently, and an easy kick to come for Quade Cooper. Should make the score 22 points to 14. Discipline for South Africa. Really letting us down at the moment. And the referee is going to have a TMO look at potential foul play here. Let's have a look at this. Well, you could argue there's potential foul play from Lakeland Swinton on Eben Etzebeth there. But you could argue and say that Eben Etzebeth went in very low. But now, on the other hand, Lakeland Swinton made no effort to use arms whatsoever. So that should be a yellow card to Lakeland Swinton. Yeah, no effort from him whatsoever to make the tackle. Went in straight with the arm over the shoulder. And that should be a yellow card to Lakeland Swinton and a penalty to the Boks. Let's see what the referee's decision will be. Right, so Michael Hooper just having a word with the referee here. And Lakeland Swinton can consider himself very lucky not to get a yellow card for that, but it will be a penalty to the Springboks. Right, let's see what's going to happen. No, it's only a penalty. Andre Pollard with a kick downfield, and that's going to find touch. Be runabout. Yeah, no, it's on the halfway. So penalty kick goes out on halfway. South Africa now with another opportunity. So I hate math. I'm watching it on Super Sport at the moment. Today's win for the Aussies will be preparation for the Boks against the All Blacks. Right, so line-out throw goes solid to South Africa. Now they're driving it forward here. The maul has gone down, so South Africa will need to get this out now. Faf de Klerk with the box kick over the top now. And that one is not going to be accurate. And it goes directly into touch. So not the greatest of kicks on this occasion. 8 minutes gone in this second half now. Australia's got the line-out feed here just inside South Africa's half. Yeah, Malcolm Marx is onto the field for South Africa as well. Right, so the throw-in from Australia stolen by South Africa now, and Malcolm Marx has got it for South Africa just inside their own half. Now Faf de Klerk gets it out to Andre Pollard. He's going to go with a high up and under here. And Makazole Mapimpi has got it, but he knocked it on right on halfway. So scrum down to Australia. Barry says go for touch. Yeah. Carter Paul says Pollard speelt swak vandag. Wow. Yeah, that kick was not great as well. So nearly only made 5 meters, and then Mapimpi knocked it on in the air as well. Achilles says they must trade Zach Berger from the Bulls. Impact player for replacement for Faf. I wouldn't mind that. Marcel Scott says bring on the demolition squad. Right, so scrum down here to the Wallabies, right on halfway here. And Yeah, South Africa, just 5 points between the two sides at the moment, and still anybody's game. South Africa will really need to score the first try of the second half, really, if they want to win this game. Right, here we go. Nick White for the Australians now. Quade Cooper at the back gives it out to Sama Karevi. He takes two defenders with him. Now Nick White with a little box kick over the top, finding space. And that's a beautiful kick from the Wallabies. Right into the 22 of South Africa. 5 meters inside. And it's going to be a South African lineup, defensive lineup, coming up for South Africa. Carter Paul says the bomb squad will win it for us. Wayne Henderson says replacements now. Right, so it's working for the Wallabies at the moment as Nick White is on for Tate McDermott. And it's going to be, it's because of that new rule. It's going to be Australian lineup. Taken by Lakeland Swinton now. Off the back they go. Andrew Callaway over the 22-meter line. Here comes the Wallabies. Falau Fainga gets it out to Rob Valentini. About 15 meters out now. 10 meters out now. Nick White out to Quade Cooper. Good tackle from Lukanyam on him. Driving them backwards. Now Nick White. Out it comes to Falau Fainga. Fainga makes a couple of meters ahead for the Wallabies. Still about 10 meters out now. And here they come. Nick White. Lakeland Swinton. Quade Cooper. Out to Alan Alato. Good tackle from Khaleesi. Now Nick White. Out it goes. He's still running it. Now long cut out pass to Andrew Callaway. Gets the offload to Nick White again. Oh, and Billy LaRue could be in trouble here. Went for the intercept, but didn't make enough effort to go for the ball. They are surely going to have a look at this one now. Yep, there they go. With 29 minutes to go, Willie LaRue might be sent off now with a yellow card himself. Let's have a look at this now. Did he make an attempt to actually intercept that ball? No, he didn't. So that could be potentially a yellow card and a penalty to the Wallabies now. Big call coming up. Let's have another look at this one. No effort from Willie whatsoever. And this could be some serious trouble for the Springboks. Deliberate knockdown from Willie LaRue. And, professional player, you have to know better. There was no way it hit Willie LaRue's shoulder. Straight hand in there. And that should be a yellow card and a penalty. Let's hear what the referee have to say. Could be trouble for South Africa. So the next thing that they're going to look at is whether a try would have been scored from it, which is highly unlikely because there was 2 cover defenders coming in. Yeah, they're going to have a look at that now. So yellow card definitely going to come up now. Let's see if a possible try would have been scored. Mapimpi was covering in defense there, and also Ibn Etzebeth was coming around. So there's no way that a try would have been scored from that. Yeah, yellow card to Willie LaRue then. And I'm sorry, he's shaking his head, but it's as clear as daylight here. Right, so what will the Wallabies do from here? Will they kick for goal or will they go for the corner? Earl Smith asking, hello, what new rules? So there's a new rule in the Rugby Championship. So if you kick the ball from your own half and it rolls out inside the 22 of the opposition, you actually get the throw in. It's called the 50 or the 22-50 rule. And it is an Australian rule that has now been tested and in World Rugby. So, it is what it is here. Wallabies are going to go for goal here. Should be 22-14 after this kick. Yeah, Marcel Celia says, all these rules coming into rugby these days make the sport a sissy sport. Keep the rules as it was years ago. Also, come on, Books, we're 100% behind you. Go, Books, go. Right, so Quade Cooper then with the yeah, it is a very bad rule. I'm also not a fan of it at all. Bokke, discipline or lose. Yeah, that's the thing. So with 28 minutes to go, it's 22-14 for the Wallabies. And we're going to play with 14 men for the next 9 minutes in this game. Can the Boks come back and win this game? Bring on the bomb squad. Yeah, Wallabies might win, says I hate math, and then Springboks lacking confidence at the moment. Right, so Andre Pollard with the restart here. A deep kick in from him and taken by Matt Phillip inside the 22 of the Wallabies now. Controlled at the back of this ruck by Nick White and just getting it out to Lakeland Swinton quickly. Oh, South Africa's counter-rucked this ball and we've got it. Here's a chance now for Vincent Koch. He's on the field as well now for South Africa. Faf de Klerk now. They need to get this out. And here they come, Jasper Wiese as well. He's also on the field now for the Springboks. Faf de Klerk, get it out to Malcolm Marx now. Over the 22 we are. About 15 meters out from the try line. Comes out to Kwagga Smith, who's also on the field for South Africa. Great tackle though now. Vincent Koch breaks through the middle. About 10 meters out now. Here comes South Africa again. Siya Kolisi. Siya Kolisi needs support now. Wasn't held in the tackle. Stood up again. Still about 10 meters out is South Africa, right in the middle of the field. Here comes Kitshoff. Quick ball needed for South Africa. And here they come again. Andre Pollard. Now Faf de Klerk gets it out to Malcolm Marx again. South Africa needs to get there quicker. Michael Hooper over the ball. Wins the penalty for the Wallabies. And what a steal there inside the 22. World-class player, Michael Hooper. And that is just not good enough. Not releasing the ball. Yeah, so things are now starting. Discipline so important in this game. But, yeah, Wallabies are playing the rules and the game a lot better today than the Springboks. Still 25 minutes to go. Anything can still happen. The kick from the Wallabies, finding touch roundabout between the 10 and the halfway line. So also on the field is not Marco van Staden now. So Eskom is on the field. Let's hope the lights don't go out. Siya Kolisi has been replaced. Right, so it's going to be a line out to the Wallabies between the 10 and the halfway line. Can the bomb squad do this for the Springboks today? With 25 minutes to go, Dwayne Vermeulen is off for Jasper Wiese, and also Oxner Shear looks like he's going to come on next for the Springboks in the place of Kitshoff. Yeah. Dia Khan says the guys, bomb squad is coming on. We can still win it. Right, here we go. Falau firing over the throw in. Finds Lakeland Swinton at the back now. Michael Hooper gets it out to Nick White now. Rob Valentini charging his way over the 10-meter line. Gets it back to Quade Cooper. Kicks it downfield. And straight down the middle it goes into the hands of Sabu Nkosi. He slips. And now he's inside his 22. He's going to go with a kick. Goes with a bomb kick in the air. And Mapimpi's chasing after this one. Collected by the Wallabies on the 10-meter line inside South Africa's half. But there was a little knock-on from them. So scrum down to the Springboks. Yeah. Rudo Smith says, need to get aggressive. Marshall Scott says, yes, bring on the Hawks. Right, so still about 23 minutes to go. Still anybody's game. Tanela Tupou now also on the field for the Wallabies. Tanela Tupou replacing Alan Alalatoa at the moment. And, yeah, still plenty of time left in this game. So the polls or the voting is coming in on the poll, and we've had a roundabout. Oh, wait, there was a penalty to South Africa on this occasion. So South Africa set up the line out, and it looks like we're going to have a line out roundabout on the 22 of Australia. Well, just short, 5 meters out from the 22 is going to be a chance for South Africa now. So we've had 1,300 votes. 52% says South Africa will win narrowly. So let's hold on to that hope for today's game. Malcolm Marx with a throw into the line out here, and he's going to find Loer de Jager at the back. The maul has been formed by South Africa now, and slowly but surely working their way forward now is the Springboks. Still going forward is the Springboks now. Now it's static, so they'll need to get this out. Malcolm Marx has got it for South Africa. Now Faf de Klerk waiting for this one at the back of the ruck. Gets it out to Vincent Koch. Vincent Koch held up in the tackle by Valentini. Now Faf de Klerk gets it out to Andre Pollard, who goes with the up and under here. And it's Mapimpi chasing after this. The bounce is good. It's Kanyam who's got it for the Boks. 5 meters out from the try line. And they need support now, the Springboks. Just 5 meters out from the try line. Taken up by Franco Mostert, driven back in the tackle by Tanela Tupo. Here comes Lukanyam again. Good defense from the Wallabies and a massive counter ruck from them as well. We could be losing this ball now. No, somehow we've managed to keep it. And Faf de Klerk now's got it. Gets it out to Oxnashire. Oxnashire with a good drive. Still about 10 meters out, and another penalty to the Boks. Not releasing the tackler. And now there's a great opportunity for South Africa. Surely have to go to the corner here. Not allowing anything for granted here. Go for touch. Set it up. Oh, wait, there's going to be another TMO call here. Let's see. We could be in for potential foul play. Right. Claire Bauer says the guys needs to pull up their socks. So let's have a look here. Oh, grass cutter tackle from Falau Fainger. And, well, I don't know if it's a yellow card offense, but it could easily be as well, because it could be deemed dangerous. So Philly shouldn't be on the field just yet, Barry. We'll have a look at that in just a second. So it could have ended really badly for Oxnashire. So regardless of how the player landed, it's still a dangerous tackle, and it should be penalized with a yellow card. That is just how things work these days, unfortunately. Look, when I said Philly deserve a yellow card, I'm saying this again now from the Australian viewpoint as well. It should be a yellow card to Falau Fainger. Right, let's hear what the referee has to say. Oh, it doesn't look like... Yeah, we are going to the pocket, it seems. So Falau Fainger has been given a yellow card here, and we're all down to 14 men apiece, with Billy LaRue still having 3 minutes in the bin here. Peter Steph-Tetoe is currently injured, so that's why he's not playing. The Wales ref is good, says Sim Slayer. Right, so South Africa going to the corner here, 5 meters out from the try line. We need to score now if we want to win this game. Still 22 minutes to go. Madeleine Bertha says, come on, Bokke. Here we go. Taken by Loer de Jager at the back of this lineup. Maul has been formed. Can Malcolm Marx dive over? Still going forward as the Springboks now. Surely it's got to be a try. Yes, it is. Try to Malcolm Marx, and the Boks are back in this one. 22-19 with a conversion to come. Great stuff, great grind from the Boks there. And at 22 points to 19 with 20 minutes to go, this is a game. Great stuff. Right, so it's all going to come down to discipline here in the end. I'm sure of it. Peter Bluffnote says, Marx is the best. Jan Engelbrecht says, yes. And then Come, Pollard, you beauty, says John Mayer. So a very, very important kick to come for him. And Simslayer says the Boks squad has delivered, or the bomb squad. Right, so let's see what happens with this conversion, guys. Andre Pollard to take the attempted goal here. Can he get it for us? Lining it up beautifully, and that's beautifully struck. This time straight through the middle, and it is 22-21 here. We're 1 point game in it. Baby Bone says, now here we go and get it. Well, it's anybody's game here in Australia. Anybody's game at the moment. Albert says, I predicted the Mark Straai. Yes, you did. Philip Kritziner says, the nerves, but... Yes, Bokke, wash hands, says Joseph. Right, so it looks like Pete Samu is coming on for the Wallabies as well here in the place of Lakeland Swinton. So another massive player coming on for them. Albert Ritter says, Kom Bokke. Right, keep your discipline, says Wedge Tiger. Here we go. 1 point of difference here. Taken in by Jasper Visser inside at 22 now for South Africa. Setting up a good ruck here for Faf de Klerk. Can he get this back? Looks like he's going to go with the box kick himself. Does so. And now the chase is on here from South Africa. Taken by Tom Banks. Good tackle from Marco van Staden on Tom Banks here on the 10-meter line inside South Africa's half. Here comes the Wallabies, however. A chance out wide for the Wallabies now. If they move this wide, Rob Valentini up to the 10-meter line for the Wallabies. Couldn't get the pass out. Good tackle from Apimpi. Now Matt Phillip tries his way over the 10-meter line. And we could be winning a penalty. And now it's going to go to the side of the Wallabies instead. So not releasing, says the referee. Not releasing tackler. That is a chance now for the Wallabies to increase their lead again. James Boucher says, ons kan dit nie sien nie, goed, Springbokke met passie. Absolutely, they're definitely playing the best game that they can possibly play. They're definitely not slapgat, if I can put it that way, James. So we always had to remember that this game is played in Australia, and I did say it when I started the stream, that South African supporters has been a little bit overconfident leading into this game. But I think this is an eye-opener enough for the Springboks to realize that they'll need to work really, really hard to beat the All Blacks in the next couple of weeks. Right, Stephen Lombard says this is going to come down to the last minutes. Well, Elton Yankees is not on the bench today, Avella. So, right, so it is going to be Quade Cooper to go for goal here. Runabout on the 10-meter line, 5 meters from the left, well, from the right-hand touchline. So give or take, 10 meters out from the left, right-hand touchline. So give or take, it's about, one could say, around 45 meters, give or take. Angela says, have a beer, Guru, calm the nerves. Well, I'm drinking Oros, so I can't say whether there's something in it or not, but definitely isn't just Oros. Australia at Springboks mercy, says Barry Green. Right, so here we go. Valina Roos back on the field here for South Africa. So the Wallabies still got 5 minutes in the bin. We're playing with 14 men. That's a beautiful kick from Quade Cooper. And the Wallabies are now 25-21. It's a 4-point game. It's a 4-point game here. And Wow says it's okay. He's just passionate about his team, just like every other person. But I must say he's doing a great job giving each team respect. Right. Captain Oros says bot. Vodka and Monster Guru anymore. And that's the one, Barry. Right, so the Wallabies has got this inside the 22 there, and they are controlling this ball pretty well at ruck time at the moment. Nick White at the back of this ruck and just controlling it. South Africa trying to counter ruck this at all costs, but not really making any headway. Now Nick White with a box kick over the top and chased down. And, nobody wanted that ball knocked on by South Africa. And here they come now. Isaac Rodda gives it out to Quade Cooper with a kick downfield, looking for space and finding it into the hands of Andre Pollard. Now big tackle, and he throws it into touches. Andre Pollard looked for support from a Pimpy, but couldn't find him. So now South Africa under pressure. Well. South Africa under pressure now on the 22-meter line. And let's see what happens with this one. Right, line out to the Wallabies on the 22-meter line. 15 minutes to go. Still got 3.5 minutes in the bin. Right, so it is going to be Katu to throw this ball in for the Wallabies. He's also on the field now. So Pete Samu takes it. Ball has been formed by the Wallabies now. 25-21 the score is. Right, so at the back, Nick White controlling this one now. And here comes, it's been knocked on by Samu Karevi. And the Springboks let off the hook there. Great stuff. Scrum down to the Springboks. Yeah, Billy is back on. And the day of yellow cards, says Herman Ellis. So 2 yellow cards apiece today from both sides. And what a knock on from Samu Karevi there. That could be a game changer. King has joined in saying he's new to rugby. Welcome, King. So as long as you support the Boks, then there's no problem, King. John Mayer says, Pollard is the general, but he is having a horrible game, to be honest. Absolutely. Nothing wrong with Andre Pollard. And he is leaving the field now in the place of Damian Willemse. So let's see if Willemse can do any better. Let's see. With 15 minutes to go, it's a 4-point game here at the moment. Scrum down to the Springboks, just outside of the 22 of the Springboks. Faf de Klerk to feed this ball. So I think all the replacements are on except for Herschel Jantjies now. Faf de Klerk to feed this one now. And the ball goes down. Penalty to South Africa. A chance to get out of their own half and set up an attacking lineup. South Africa with the driving balls have been really strong today. And expect them to try and do that as well. Big scrum penalty there for the Springboks. It's not Angus Bell who seized under pressure. It's actually James Slipper, the veteran, who went down there. So the penalty kick by South Africa downfield to run about up to the 10-meter line inside Wallabies half. We need to take the lead now if we want to win this game. We can't play catch-up rugby in the last 5 minutes of the game. Right, so between the 10 and the 22 of the Wallabies, Malcolm Marx to throw this ball in for South Africa. It's going to get it at the back is Lood de Jager now. And the driving ball is going to be set up here, but it's going backwards at the moment. Now they start to move forward. But the Wallabies have done well to disrupt this ball. And this could be a turnover ball for the Wallabies if it doesn't come out for the Boks. It's use it once, says the referee. Now it's gone down. Scrum down to the Wallabies. And great work from the forwards here of the Wallabies. Yeah. Marcel Celia says, I'm going to score now. Unfortunately, it's going to be a scrum down to the Wallabies now. And one can't help but feel that's an opportunity gone to waste here for the Springboks. Right, so 14 minutes to go. Barry Green says, come on, Boks. Let's see if that can work. Guy says, we can win this. Just need to believe and not give up. Right, so it's going to be a scrum down to the Wallabies now, but there's just some attendance to an injury at the moment. Peter James Gotze sê Bokke speel soos die Sharks gister. What is this? Why didn't we kick the 10-meter line, though? Yeah, no. Still in it, boys. No time to slack, says Marshall. Right, so 13 minutes to go. Let's see if the Boks can get this game. Team Guru sponsors by Oros. No, it's not really Oros. It's Monster and another thing. Right. 30 seconds left on the yellow card for Australia. Nick White to feed this ball to the scrum. And a massive scrum from South Africa, putting them under pressure here. And it could be South Africa might have turned this over. No, they haven't. Wallabies still have this. Great ruck from the Wallabies. Beat Samu out to Samu Karevi. Takes one defender. Now beat Samu into space. Here they come. Over the 10-meter line to almost up to the halfway line. Penalty to South Africa. Kwagga Smith, you beauty. Kwagga Smith winning that penalty on the ground for South Africa after a great breakaway from Pete Samu. But trouble for South Africa as Lua de Jager stayed down, and it doesn't look good for him as well. Right in the middle of the field here for South Africa, on roundabout on halfway. So Rob Valentini looks like he's also leaving the field here. Marco van Staden's got blood on his face at the moment, so he might have to be replaced as well. Yeah, Stefan Lombard says, I'd rather lose to New Zealand than to Australia. Bomb squad to win game now. Get in there, boys, says Marshall. Bokke for life. Great breakaway from Pete Samu, but Marco van Staden made a brilliant tackle. And then the tackle from Jasper Wiese and Samu Karevi was also a vital one. But Kwagga Smith, what a steal. Right, we'll see what the decision from the Boks will be in just a short while. Still, Lua de Jager is still receiving attention at the moment. Yeah, looks like a shoulder. Oh, Lua de Jager went straight down when he went into contact with Samu Karevi there. But is back up. Is Lua de Jager. What a tough character. Ja, Renier van Onselen says, my skoonpa sê, jy kan nie bekostig om in toes rugby pale toe te mis nie. Groot fout. Yeah, there's about 12 minutes left on the clock, for those of you wondering. Let's see what's going to happen here. Well, there's still some injury attendance to the players at the moment, and we'll see how things turn out. Liesel Pretoria says, we need a try. I do believe that we need to be leading going into the last 5 minutes of the game. We can't be chasing this one. So Lua de Jager has left the field, and it looks like Ibram Etzebeth has come back onto the field. Philip Nicolai says, ons moet binne trefafstand kom. Absolutely, I agree. But we'll have to decide. We'll see what the decision is. So we're definitely not going for goal here. Damian Willems is going to try and kick this out for us. Right, so the kick from Willems is going to find touch around about 15 meters out from the try line. So still a long way to go. Cassidy says we will pull it through. And Akili says, never is ever is it over. Bokke Kordo monster met iets. Yeah. Right, so let's see what's going to happen. South Africa's taken it. Franco Mostert on the 22-meter line now. South Africa's formed the ball. It's going backwards at the moment from South Africa. They need to find that momentum going forward now. Now it starts to move forward for South Africa, but it's too static at the moment. We need to get this out. Well, now we're still moving forward, and it's working for South Africa. Still going about 10 meters out now, South Africa. Faf de Klerk now. Here they come, a little stab through. Why would you kick it? Danila Tupou has got it for Australia, but we're coming back for another penalty to the box. Well, I thought for a second, why on earth would Faf de Klerk want to stab through a little kick? It worked, nearly worked in that first half, but you need to keep ball in hand 10 meters from the try line. Right, so another penalty to South Africa, and surely they must kick for touch here. 10 minutes to go. Looking it up 5 meters out from the try line. South Africa has already scored 2 driving maul tries. We could go for a third one here. I'm backing Malcolm Marx to go over for a second try. Go for the try, says Mike. Tap and run or kick for line. Big moment. This is a big moment. Right, Malcolm Marx gets Franco Mostert at the back. The maul has been set up by South Africa, and it's controlled at the back by Malcolm Marx. A penalty advantage coming. Here they come. Oh, it's gone to the back. There's an overlap on the outside here for Nkosi. Can he get there? Let's see. Now he needs to throw it back inside. It's gone back and just not able to get there. Is South Africa, or has it? Willie Leroux is claiming the try here for South Africa, but I don't think so. Don't think so, but we might be coming back for another penalty anyway. With 9 minutes to go, let's see if we have scored a try or not. Sabu Nkosi went for the corner. Great cover defense. The ball still in play. Now he's out. We have to come back for the penalty. Great effort, though, from the South African side. But how about the cover defense from the Wallabies in Nick White and Marika Korobetti? It's moments like this that win or lose a game, and give credit to the Wallabies where it's due. They've really defended like Trojan horses there. Right, so we are going back for another penalty to the Springboks. No try then. No try here for South Africa. Going back to the penalty on the other side of the field. 9.5 minutes to go. Albert Tritter sums it up perfectly. Boks need to score now to win the game. Right. Willemse just kicking this into the corner for South Africa now. 5 meters out from the try line. Can we set this up? Malcolm Marx for the try, I'm sure. If anybody can do it, the Springboks can. Line up 5 meters out from the try line. It's now or never, says Madeleine. And taken by Mostert again at the back. The maul has been formed. Malcolm Marx controlling this ball at the back and going forward now is the Springboks. Still going forward now. Still going. Need to score surely. Now it becomes static, unfortunately. Still now it's going forward again now. And surely we've got to get this. Try time, South Africa. That is the try to Malcolm Marx. Surely. Yes, it is. And the Springboks have taken the lead. With 8 minutes to go in this game. Malcolm Marx dots down for his second try. Great stuff from South Africa. Great patience there. And they get the try with the driving maul. Their third one for the day. Great stuff from South Africa. And now we need to defend. And we can do that quite good as well. Yeah, that is a 26-25 with 8 minutes to go in this game. Much better from South Africa here in the second half. Or you could argue always and say that the Wallabies, the discipline has been a lot poorer in the second half as well. What a close game. 25-24, 26-25, sorry, with the conversion to come. Anything can happen from here. Right, Willemse with the conversion attempt coming up now for South Africa. And an important one indeed. 8 or 7.5 minutes to go in this one. Jesse Baden, Boka. Right, Willemse with the conversion attempt. And, he's going to push it terribly to the right of the post. So it's a 1-point game. It's a 1-point game at the moment, guys. And what a vital kick to miss as well. Well, that is going to be a tough 7 minutes coming up in this game with 1 point difference. A penalty will win it either side. The restart by the Wallabies taken in by Jasper Wisse now. And we need to get this out of our own half. Van der Klerk waiting for it at the back here. Big counter shove here from the Wallabies, but we've managed to secure it. Van der Klerk just waiting for this ball at the back now. And he's going to go with the box kick over the top now. Nkosi chasing it down, as well as Ebenetsabeth, but the ball spills. Nobody wanted it and spills into touch. So it is going to be a Wallaby throw-in about 5 meters out. Well, roundabout on the 10-meter line inside Springbok's half. Yeah, between the 10 and the 22 now for the Wallabies here inside South Africa's half. Taken by Pete Samu at the back now, loops around Nick White. Out it comes to Samu Karevi. Good defense from South Africa, stalling him almost immediately. Now comes Katu, making a couple of meters for the Wallabies now. Nick White, change of direction, Quade Cooper, gets it out to Samu Karevi again. Good defense from South Africa once more. Just not allowing the Wallabies over at all. Discipline is going to be vital. Still in possession for the Wallabies now. Quade Cooper back inside to Marika Korabeti, but we've read it well. And Kwagga Smith over that ball beautifully, but it comes back the way of Australia. Here comes Reece Hodge. They've lost plenty of ground as the Wallabies now. Nick White waiting for this ball to come out now. Gets it out to Pete Samu, who puts his head down. Discipline, boys. 5 minutes left. Here comes Quade Cooper. Out to Samu Karevi again. Over the 10-meter line he goes. Have South Africa managed to get that ball? No, they haven't. Nick White has still got this for the Wallabies. Here they come. Danila Tupou now. Putting his head down. Big tackle from Ox. Still Nick White getting it back to Quade Cooper. Wallabies going backwards at the moment. Rob Valentini. And over that ball is Malcolm Marks, but the referee says leave it. And he does so. Matt Phillip now. Right on the 10-meter line is the Aussies now. Quade Cooper. A sloppy pass from him to Reece Hodge, but they still have the ball. The Wallabies have still got the ball on halfway now. Nick White gets it out to Danila Tupou. South Africa has now gone into defensive mode, where we are really good at. Now Nick White, out it comes to Karevi, gets the pass to Michael Hooper, and Michael Hooper has opened up. Gives it out to Reece Hodge and a massive tackle from the box. A knock-on from the Wallabies. Right on the 22-meter line. And it's going to be a scrum down to the Springboks. Great stuff here. 4 minutes to go. Michael Hooper opening up the gap. And then what a tackle from Willemse on Reece Hodge. Dislodging that ball. And he certainly has saved the try there. Making up for the misconversion with a try-saving tackle from Willemse. Scrum down to the Springboks right on the 22-meter line. 3.5 minutes to go. Most importantly, don't give away a penalty from the scrum. 1 point the difference, 26-25. Marshall Scott says, get in there, Marks. Man of the match right there. Right, so Wana says it's a great game. So a 1 point difference here with 3.5 minutes to go. South Africa leading with a 1 point advantage here. But Australia not holding back at all. And Neville says, what a game. Absolutely. Herschel Yankees have now come onto the field, it seems, in the place of Faf de Klerk. Where is the scrum? It's on the 22-meter line inside South Africa's half. Run about 15 meters out from the left, well, from the right-hand touchline from a South African angle. Right. Just some injury attendance again to some of the players. It's going to be a big one. 3.5 minutes to go. Don't give away a penalty. Well, Michael Hooper were vying for an early tackle, but there was no way that that was going to be an early tackle. So the Klerk is off, Herschel Yankees on. And it's going to come down to the wire. Right, Herschel Yankees to feed this ball to the scrum here for South Africa. Just outside the 22, about 10 meters out from the right-hand touchline for South Africa. Right, big scrum from South Africa this time round. And penalty, no, not a penalty, sorry. It's only going to be a reset scrum to South Africa. Still got 3 minutes to go. 3 minutes to go in this one. And yeah, either way, this is a wake-up call to the Springboks today. Right, let's see. 3 minutes to go. Reset scrum coming up. Big moment coming up in this game. Sim Slayer says it's thanks to the bomb squad today. Absolutely. Please don't concede a penalty in this last 3 minutes. It's been called. Right, feed by Herschel Yankees this time. And that ball is going to come loose, and it might be a ball for the Wallabies here. But somehow South Africa has managed to retain that ball. Herschel Yankees at the back of this ruck now. Gets it out to Vincent Koch. South Africa look like they want to run this clock down, but not from their own 22, surely. Herschel Yankees now waiting, going with the box kick over the top. And Nkosi is chasing this one down. Hops back to the side of South Africa. Now Oxfordshire out to Willems, who's going to kick this downfield straight down the middle. Now Research on the attack. Research on halfway, going with the bomb kick himself this time. And now Patea chasing after this. Springboks have got this back. Jasper Visser on the 10-meter line. Inside South Africa's half, we've got this. Herschel Yankees with 1.5 minutes to go now. It's a bit. Can South Africa hold on here? Can South Africa hold on? Oh, it slipped out the side, but a little knock on from the Wallabies. So it's still South African ball with 1 minute to go. 1 minute to go. One more scrum, and South Africa could have secured a great victory here today. Well, that was so close, and things could have turned up very badly for South Africa. Newen asking why is Colby not playing. I think he injured himself during the week in training. Yeah, we're definitely going to have a braai after this one, guys. At least celebrating the Springbok victory if we can get it. But time is not up yet. 30 seconds left. Scrum feed to South Africa. 30 seconds. By the time the scrum finishes, we can either just kick it out or lose the game. That is what the scenario is all about now. And another poor scrum from South Africa. And, oh dear goodness me, it's a penalty to the Wallabies. It's a penalty to the Wallabies. And it's in a kickable position here. It's going to come down to this kick now. Quade Cooper will be lining this one up for the victory for the Wallabies. Oh dear goodness, what a bad scrum from South Africa. Then playing the ball on the ground is Kwagga Smith, unfortunately, there. And now it's Quade Cooper's turn on the 10-meter line, about 10 meters from the left, well, from the right-hand touch line, to either win or lose this game for the Wallabies. Well. Jock Ninova not happy at all. And let's see what's going to happen with this one. Yep, they're going to have the shot at goal. And what a comeback it's going to be for Quade Cooper if he can slot this one. At least it's a difficult kick coming up, guys. It's on the 10-meter line, about 10 meters out from the right-hand touch line. Well, 15 meters out from the right-hand touch line. So on the angle, again, a 45-meter kick coming up for Quade Cooper to either win it or lose it here for the Wallabies. 26-25. Can Quade Cooper steal this game? Well, we're going to try either way, win or lose. Yeah, let's see what's going to happen now. Hold your breath, because here comes Quade Cooper. 7 out of 7 tonight. If it's the only kick that he misses, the Wallabies will lose. If he can maintain his record for today, the Wallabies will sneak it in. Let's see. He's lining this up. Let's see what happens with Quade Cooper now. Taking his bloody time with this one as well. Here he comes. Here he comes. This one is going. It's going. It's going to go over. The Boks have lost this game. Oh, dear goodness. South Africa's lost it by 28 points to 26. A victory for the Wallabies at the death. And one can't help but feel it's that discipline today. South Africa, their own worst enemy today. We can't blame Andre Pollard or Damian Willemse today. Discipline was key. We had this game in the bag and we lost it with a scrum. Well, 28-26 and a 2-point victory here for the Wallabies today. Sadness all around, and hopefully this will bring us back to earth and make us realize that there's plenty of work that needs to be done if we're going to want to beat the All Blacks in the next couple of weeks. But valiant effort from both teams, and hats off to the Wallabies for pulling this one through till the end. So, yeah, guys, I know I did predict a 5-point victory for the Wallabies at the start of this game. I always said it was going to be tough, and we can only grow from here and get better. The Wallabies didn't win it. We lost it. That is unfortunately the call for today. Hope you guys enjoyed this live stream. You guys were absolutely fantastic today in the comment section. I really love all of you guys, and thank you so much for the support. If you like this stream, don't forget to press that like button and subscribe to the channel as well. Until next time, guys, this is the Rugby Guru. Have a good one. Cheers for now.